And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Go ahead and say it, Ed. Go Tigers!
When I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
You like that? You like that?
F it. Jamar's down there somewhere.
The New Orleans Saints select Marcus Davenport.
No!
Splash Brothers. Yeah.
It's playoff. Keep going, Brace.
The playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
What's up, guys? It's Dirty Boot Sports, and we're back here with our first interview. We've got Kelton Moss, UTEP D tackle, Jonesboro Hodge legend. Right?
Stop.
So we got me, Clay, we got Bill, we got Chance, and we have Peyton. Colin, Rayleigh are out tonight. They got busy weeks ahead, all-star tournaments, stuff like that's going on. We got some questions for Kelton. A lot of y'all probably know most of the stuff about him, but we're going to kind of dive into what it's like being a D1 college athlete pretty much.
And then at the end, we're going to wrap it up with a dirty five from Kelton of the top 5 NFL defensive linemen.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to hear that. I think we all know number one. So we all going to know that.
Number one should be a given for everybody.
And Kelton, you got to know too, our man Bill over here, he thought we were doing all-time D lineman, and he had a list of names that none of us would know.
Yeah.
So I'm glad
I've got people from the 60s and stuff.
Great list. Some of them can still play.
You think?
Yeah. But that HG8.
Some of them probably aren't alive, but yeah. All right, so let's start it off with the first question.
Yeah, I don't have the questions pulled up.
Go ahead.
So yeah, just our first thing. What is it like being a college athlete? Like, what's the day-to-day, I guess, schedule that you go through? Like,
well, we just got to finish working with summer workouts, so I can just give y'all like my week how that goes.
Yeah.
So Monday, I got my alarm set for 5 a.m. We got 6 a.m. runs. Every day we run and lift. So on Mondays and Fridays, we run early in the morning at 6. Then we lift right after. Tuesdays and Thursdays, because we get Wednesday off. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we lift early in the morning. Then we go back and run in the heat like at 2 o'clock, 3:30. Depends on offense, defense, depends on the day. And that's basically how for the summer it's a true grind every day. You really don't want to do nothing, and we got meetings. It's really a lot, but like I love it. You feel me? It's what I signed up for.
Yeah, for sure. So
what about during the season? Like, what's your day-to-day life like with class, practice, travel day, stuff like that?
Well, because it changed because this is going on my 3rd year here at UTEP, but it changed from my 1st and 2nd year. So my 1st year, we'd practice early in the morning, and then they have our classes set after practice.
Yeah. So
then last year, some people had early classes, and some people had to miss practice, but missing no practice. You feel me? So, but it just fluctuates, and it's different for everybody else.
Yeah, for sure.
And then with hella meetings, all day. We about to go into fall camp. You know how that is. You go in, sun up, you ain't gonna lead to sundown, then it's a repeating process.
Yes, I just saw your photo shoot y'all had going on. What was all that?
It was. Honestly, I don't even know what that was because I really wasn't feeling it, but I was there because they wanted me to show up.
Yeah.
But really just one that they want us to just show our face, and they wanted to have a little video shoot and stuff like that. So I just showed up. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
So what was it like what's the recruiting process? None of us got recruited really.
How did you end up at UTEP, basically?
No, yeah, we do have Peyton over here with golf, yeah.
Yeah, we do have a college athlete right here.
Shout out. But Really? All right. Well, coming from Jonesboro, you know how it was. You know, we not a very big school, so you know, coaches already question like your lack of play. You feel me? I felt like I was dominant, but
you were dominant.
God, yeah.
I had DBS offers coming out of high school. I felt like my name wasn't pushed out as much as it should have been, but that's everywhere. I mean, that's everybody that came through Jonesboro. You feel me? But so I decided to go the junior college route, and how I got that, nobody helped me get that. Trayvon Callahan, shout out to him because he told me about Kilgore, and so I went on Twitter. I follow Keith Brown, and that's my D-line coach that was at Kilgore. And I sent him my film, and he liked me. So I went to Kilgore because I wanted to get re-recruited and go FBS because that was always my dream, you know. And so I did that. After my first year, I was going to leave and still go FCS because I was tired of JUCO. It was like JUCO is not meant for everybody. But, like, I knew my teammates and Coach Brown, he was like, hey, man, because, like, I had a good season. I had, like, 55 tackles, like, 4-5 sacks, you know, good bit of pressures. And I didn't even get, like, no teams. Like, I didn't get first team, second team, none of that. So, came back my second year, got All-American.
Heck yeah, you did.
Yeah, got All-American.
You also got a pick.
Yeah, you got a pick in the bowl game, right?
Yeah. Well, we ain't going to talk about all the stats now. But,
too many.
Yeah, went All-American. But even after that, my recruiting process, it still wasn't jumping as I thought it should be. You know, colleges was coming in and out. They'd say, oh, yeah, we'll get back to you. But I really wasn't hearing from too many people. So I kind of went to a dark place. I haven't told nobody this, like really out loud. But I kind of went to a dark place because I felt like my dreams was over or I just wasn't as good as I thought I was, you know?
Yeah.
So I started missing class and stuff like that. And so all of a sudden, I had got Charlotte. They came up to the school, and they wasn't even there for me. They was there for my homeboy Said, and Said he was blowing up and stuff like that. So my coach, as the Charlotte coach was leaving, my Coach Brown, he was like, "Hey, you need to check out this guy right here." You know, so he sent him my film, and I was just sitting in my room chilling, and my Coach Brown called me. He was like, "Hey, somebody should be calling you soon, so pick up your phone." And Charlotte coach called. He was like, "Hey, man, we love your film. We would love to offer you." And it started from that. And so that was like my first FBS offer and stuff like that. And then, you know, after you get one, everything else start falling off. And how I ended up at UTEP is I wanted to go somewhere I can be an impact and be able to help change the program, you know?
And you've done that for sure.
Yeah, so Coach Wally, he came up here. That's my D-line coach here at UTEP. He came up to Kilgore to see me. He offered me and then said, "Do you want to come on a visit?" And after that, everything else is history.
Go back to your high school days, Kelton. I'm a big geek when it comes to high school recruiting. I follow a lot of football recruiting. If I feel like, and I don't know, it might have changed since you've been out, but I feel like now these days, did you go to a lot of summer camps when you were in high school at different schools?
Yeah, actually, my man Chris,
Christopher Kohler.
Yeah,
Chris Kohler. He helped me. He tried to put me on the map as much as he could. He was finding all the camps. He was getting me training. Like, you know, he really took care of me. And I was going to camps. I was showing out and stuff like that. But it just seemed like nothing ever to work in my favor.
Right.
Like the Bama camp, I showed out in front of Nick Saban. It was just a lot of stuff, you know.
Because I feel like now, man, they actually focus, seems like, more on those camps than they do your high school games and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, I guess it's because they can get their hands on you and make you do drills that they want to see, you know, more than just playing.
Yeah, they see a project.
Exactly.
They
That's
want to
right.
build from it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and nobody's going to send in bad film.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's hard for you to have bad film. You have 130 tackles at your senior year
as a defensive tackle.
Yeah,
like something like that.
Playing both ways, leading us to the quarters.
Heck yeah.
What a time.
Yeah.
Crazy time.
So the Kilgore to UTEP, it's almost like there's been a pipeline going there. Y'all get 2 or 3 players from there every year. So what's happened with that? You've kind of been the start of that. You and Jadrian, right?
Nah, actually, people, I love to take that credit, but I can't. I don't know if you know this guy, but his name was, well, y'all know him from UTEP, Davion Enye. We call him 10.
Yeah, linebacker.
His name is 10, but not number 10. He is number 5 for. He's the safety, right here, safety. Yeah. But he was there my freshman year at Kilgore, and he was the first one to go to UTEP from Kilgore. Okay. And he was telling me about UTEP and all that stuff, and this was back in my recruiting process and stuff like that. So he was the first UTEP person, and then came me and Jadrian.
Yeah, and y'all have added a couple more since you've been there, right?
Yep, we had an old lineman that came as well. He was All-American my year. I was All-American. His name's Stephen Hubbard.
Yeah, big guy.
We had somebody else named Darter Lee, and we had got one more recently named Mo Westmore, and he's a good DBS for us. Yeah, very good pass rusher.
Yeah, so you went to UTEP. They were a program that were 2-34 the past 3 years, and then you come in and you come in. Y'all go 3-5 during the COVID year. Had probably 5 games canceled because of COVID. It was ridiculous. You didn't play for like a whole freaking month. And then last year, 7-6, winning season, bowl game. Just tell us about that. Like, how did that feel being in that city as it's on a thriving?
I mean, the uprising is great, but I never get complacent because I always want more. And a lot of people are happy off this season we just had, but I'm really not. Like, I just still want – it's a lot of games I feel like we could have finished. We should have always and things like that. And so just really – just seeing us coming up on the uprise, that's the good part. The town, they're more aware that UTEP is on the map now because for our first game we got over 35,000 tickets sold already.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be big the first game.
Y'all got North Texas first too, so it's not like it's University of Texas coming or something like that.
Yeah,
it's still just like about y'all's level of Conference USA school. So that tells you the fans are probably buying in now.
Yep. Exactly. So just really being here and just seeing everything evolve, like I'm very happy. It makes me more content and very satisfied with my decision I made to come here.
Yeah, and so after last year, the transfer portal's been a big deal in college football. But your whole defense, y'all kept I think 8 starters, right? And I know the entire D-line came back. What was the decision to do all that? Like, did y'all just have that much of a bond? Y'all want to say let's run it back one more time, or what?
Really, you could say that, but it was like a lot of people don't know that was our first year in that defense. We got a new defensive coordinator. Shout out to Coach Peeve, holding it down for us. But we really love playing for him. You know what I mean? And he make everybody feel love. He don't treat starters and people that don't play differently at all. You feel me? It's the same type of love. He'll do anything for you, give you a shirt off your back, we really bought into his system. And so it was really a blessing that we didn't have that many seniors and all of us coming back. So we really gonna do a lot of people don't expect us to, but we really gonna blow up this year. I'm already telling y'all.
Yeah, I mean, second best defense in the CUSA last year, I believe, and that D line, y'all are ridiculous, man, and y'all are too deep most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So going into the defensive coordinator, Coach, what is his last name? Pavito. Yeah. So he was a LSU guy from 2007 or around that time when the championship happened. Then he came back in 2014, was a linebackers coach. Peyton knows the name. So
was not a fan, Kelton. Was not a fan, man.
I made a face. I'm like, what do you think about him?
I was glad to see him go away from the purple and gold, man. but I mean, he got in a role I felt like he wasn't ready for when he was at LSU, in my opinion. So he was a good special teams coach and a good recruiter. I've heard a lot of great things, actually, him being a recruiter. But I mean, some people sometimes find their way, it sounded like he definitely found found his way there and is doing well for y'all, man.
The results speak for themselves.
Absolutely. Does he got any cool LSU stories he's told you, being a Louisiana boy?
I'd rather not share those. Yeah.
So that'd be yes.
Yeah. Got some now. Yeah.
I bet he does. He had some good defensive players when he was down there for sure.
Yeah. Like, he coached Glenn Dorsey then.
He was on the 07 team.
Yeah,
Glenn
Dorsey
championship team. Yeah.
Ooh, and Tyson Jackson around that time.
Yeah, for sure.
I bet he probably looks at you like Glenn Dorsey, built and size wise.
Got that motor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you've gotten to play at some awesome places while at UTEP. You got to go to freaking Boise State, play on the blue turf. What was that like?
Man, it was. I to get there a day before usually, and I remember just playing NCAA with my brother in the living room on the PlayStation, on the PlayStation 2, and he was like, "Bro, I just always wanna play on that field."
Yeah.
And when last year when they said we're gonna play Boise, we go there, I was like, no, like for real. I was like, they still got that blue field, right? It was like, yeah. We get off the plane, like I'm really like I'm in my seat, like I'm ready to get off the bus, like I'm ready to go, so I get on the field, like I couldn't believe it, like I'm there touching it with my hand, like damn near making snow angels, just crazy because. Just coming from Jonesboro, a lot of people don't make it out and just see that. You feel me? So with me playing football at a D1 level, I just try to take it in each and every day.
So what color jerseys y'all wear for that game?
I think we wore white.
Okay.
Yeah,
I said I couldn't wear orange. I'd be looking like Boise out there with that blue grass and.
And so you've also gotten to play. You went to the University of Texas last year, right? Or was that the year before?
Yeah, that's COVID year. That's 2020.
Yeah, okay.
I think that was his
no
first
fans?
year.
What's up?
Was there fans for that game?
There was quite a bit, but I know it could have been way more. A lot of people was very cautious that 2020 year.
Right, no doubt, yeah.
But you'll get to see.
Still felt the crowd presence though. We had one kid. Oh my God! Like when I tell you the best shit talker ever, like
really?
He was so good, bro.
Was it the Cosme
and his
guy?
dad was like, "You said what?"
Was it Cosme?
I don't even know.
Because he just got drafted in the NFL second round. He's a tackle for Texas.
Oh, shout out to him then. But no.
You'll get to go to Oklahoma this year, and that'll probably be
rocking.
That'll be a crazy experience right there.
Yeah,
and that'll be on Big Fox. It'll be on the actual Fox network at I think 2:30 in the afternoon. That's gonna be an awesome game to see for sure.
And they're kind of known. They're kind of known to put out that offensive lineman in the NFL. So if you destroy them,
game right there. I'm already locked in. That's my money game right there. I got
exactly right.
That's how you get to
That's
the NFL.
That's exactly right, man.
For sure.
See, we're on the same page. I'm already locked in.
Hey, back to Texas. I believe they had a controversy about their visitors' locker room being super hot. Am I imagining that?
No, yeah, they got.
Was their locker room super hot?
Oh yeah, they kind of put us in the shithole, but it was hot. Everybody's like I can't even put my pads on without bumping to nobody. You feel me? We was all up on each other, but it's all good.
Most expensive, biggest name school in the country.
Yeah,
and they can't give you a bigger locker room.
I mean, I ain't gonna say I'll do the same, but it's their players, they players not worrying about that. You feel me?
Yeah.
No.
So it's cool. It's whatever.
So what about some NFL guys? UTEP, they've got Aaron Jones, one of the best running backs in the NFL. Will Hernandez, he's a guard that's up there. There's a couple guys, I think, like Nick Needham, he's on the Dolphins. Have any of them guys come back to UTEP and, just hung around with y'all?
Well, Aaron Jones, he always come back, show love. I seen Will a lot. I chopped it up with Will. I actually worked out with Aaron Jones. Nick, I seen him once, and he came our last spring game. But they always come back and show love. One thing I love about them guys is they don't feel like they're above anybody. You know, they don't let their title get to them, because they know they was once in our shoes.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, yeah, they're pretty cool guys. They'll do anything for you, on and off the map,
Yeah, that's got to be cool just to be around guys that you see on TV on Sundays, and they did it. Why can't I?
Literally,
Aaron,
you got motivation each and every day.
Yeah.
Like, why can't it be?
Does Aaron Jones ever mention anything about Aaron Rodgers?
Nah, he really don't talk too much about only thing, like, one thing he told me, he was like, when I first seen him, I was like, because I was expecting him to be bigger. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because you know how everybody look on. I was like, damn, bro, small as hell. And he was like, yeah, he was like, yeah, they got D-Linemen, like, that's barely bigger than me, like, stuff like that. He was like, if I can do it, you can do it. It's just a lot of, like, I just take in what they be trying to tell me, soak it all in, and seeing it.
So, y'all got any questions y'all want to ask?
This year, I remember like the games I watched last year. You would play the first 2 downs, and then when we got the 3rd down, they'd pull you out for some ungodly known reason. Is he going to keep that same type of rotation this year?
Keep it, man.
I mean, they felt like they was doing whatever was best for the team at times. Yeah. But I try not to think about that. But
you are starting, right?
Come on now. That's
I had to. I had to.
Didn't have to. Nah, but we all know I'm starting already. But
number 7.
Hopefully not. We've been talking more about in 3rd down situations, keeping 4 on the field. It helps more pressure, stuff like that. Get the ball out of the quarterback hand faster instead of 3-man. Because I feel like I'm way more like helpful on the field than off the field.
Yeah. You're more versatile than I think they give you credit for.
Oh, that's all good.
They don't know you ran the ball in junior high, man. Come on.
I be telling the running back coach, I said, hey, we get to that goal line, can't get in, throw me back there.
There you go.
Hey, your number's okay. You got a single digit on you. You can play back there.
Man, like, I've been thinking about this now.
You won't go down.
I got a question, Kelton, over on just the overall landscape of college football right now, man. What's your opinion with all these conferences that are growing and schools jumping from other conferences and stuff? Do you feel like that it's changing for the good, or and another kind of to go off of that, the group of 5? Do you think they should have their own national championship, and then let the Power 5 have theirs?
That's a good question, actually. Do I feel like it's changing for the better? Yeah. It's because there's some teams that, like the group of 5 teams, like they beat up on a lot of schools. So like for them like to go to like the Big 10 and like the 12 and all that, or a lot of schools, they're like going down because they get beat up on a lot, stuff like that. So it's going in the right direction. And you said, do I feel like the Group 5 and the Power 5 should have their own championship?
Right.
I mean, not necessarily, but like I don't feel like it like really affect anything. Like I really don't know too much about that part right there, though.
Yeah, and UTEP, they're staying course. They're gonna stick it out in the CUSA, try to, I guess, whatever they, because a lot of teams are leaving.
They chip already, you know what I mean? Just take it year by year. You feel me?
Yeah.
How weird was it playing at Tech a couple years ago?
Man, actually, it wasn't weird at all. It felt home because I knew I have like you guys there to support me. Actually, my family, like real family that was there like to see me. So it really felt like a home game to me, honestly.
And you'll get to see that again October 8th. That's gonna be exciting.
That's like for my senior year, I get to do that. That's great.
And I'll be there. I promise you that.
You're not gonna give us a shoulder, huh? Big time us and just walk by us.
Hey, Clay and Chance, they know I never do that.
Never.
Oh, but me, you will. Okay, I got you. We're good.
Hey, man, his first year, whenever they came to ULM, they had to drag him away from us and like Christopher, Melissa, and all them.
That's awesome.
The big deal, his mama, everybody like that. So he's going to take out time for us, man. I promise you.
So you were one of the what is that popping up?
Oh, we got 10 minutes left.
We'll get it done. So you went from J Hodge, ended up going D1. Now the past years, we've got Mosey that's doing it now. He's at Tech. Xavier, he's making freaking national headlines dang near. So what do you think about all that? Have you talked to them any or anything? Or
Actually, because I feel like you know how a lot of people is once your name started ringing and stuff like that, they try to ride your little tail. But I always talk to the young guys. They always ask me for information on how to do this and things like that because I really got a good relationship with those guys.
Yeah.
You know,
that's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be awesome to see you and Mosey on the same field, pretty much like that.
Y'all gonna have to get a picture together if he's dressed out, not red shirt or anything.
That's already in the plans.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's gotta happen.
Yep.
So
Rayleigh, he's not here with us. He asked what are some tips for kids that are listening? What would be some tips you would give them on how to make it to the next level?
I really say just never give up on your dream, man. And a lot of people gonna tell you can do this and do that, but it all starts with you. You feel me? And just really consistency, staying true to yourself. And I really just say that consistency, staying true to yourself, and just don't let the outsiders really get into your head. Just really staying headstrong and having your mental really strong.
I'm gonna go back to recruiting right quick for a second. Like when your recruiting process, did you talk to the head coach any, or was it just more your position coach, or different coaches that were assigned for your area?
That's a good question.
It's more assigned for your area.
Okay.
Well, how it was for me.
Yeah.
Like usually in the recruiting process, unless you like really like that guy, and you know how me coming from Jonesboro like that, like your name's not on the radar. But unless you're really that guy and everybody knows you already, then that's when you talk to you. What the hell? That's when you talk. Hey, that's when you talk to the head coach. But usually you talk to people that like are in your area.
Okay.
I want to ask before we get to your Dirty Five, do you have a person or a couple people that stick out as like the toughest people you've gone against?
I wanted you to ask that.
Nah, I'm sorry.
So there's nobody
nobody that presents a challenge.
Nah.
I like that.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, you got to have the confidence.
I mean, he demanded a double team every game I watched. So.
Oh, yeah. You take two people every play.
I know you guys probably don't care anything, but I'm out of the 300s now. I'm 295. Way faster. Got stronger this week.
295 now.
Yeah, I'm 295.
Almost even more.
Yeah,
What do they want you playing at?
They wanted me at 300.
Yeah,
but like during summer, I'll probably be 300 during the season. Honestly,
yeah.
During the summer, like
you're waiting on more right now. That's right.
So, do you want to give off your Dirty Five of your top 5 NFL D-Linemen right now?
Yeah, well, Aaron Donald for sure.
Okay.
I thought we were gonna do all-time 5 though. It's like for me though.
Whatever you want to give us, give it.
Okay, well, Aaron Donald for sure. JJ Watt, I love him. I don't care what he's doing. I'm always gonna love him and respect his game. A new guy I've really been watching a lot is Kenny Clark for the Packers. I love his game, how he played the run. Fletcher Cox.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
And Vince Wilfork, and that's my top 5 right there.
Vince Wilfork.
Man.
I like it.
Yeah.
I knew I'd get some. I know I get a little reaction out of y'all.
Yeah.
I'll send you some overalls so you can wear them like he did that time.
Yeah. He'll do it.
Yeah.
No love for the Saint Cam Jordan.
I mean, he's a good player, but I really don't watch ends that much. Honestly,
that's true.
That's true.
And you weren't really much of a Saints guy growing up. You were more like, I know Dayon was a Raiders guy, right? Did you like the Raiders too, or?
Nah, I was the Texans, and that's who.
Okay, yeah.
JJ Watt, and I love him. Arian Foster, Andre Johnson, Brian Cushion. I really love that team.
Bloody nose.
Yeah. No doubt.
The real guys.
Yeah. I think this went really well. I think this is about all we're going to do for this one.
We got to upgrade our subscription to Zoom.
We're definitely going to have you back, though, probably before the season, and let you give us little rundown of what's going to happen.
And we'll make sure we get that Dirty Boot Sports swag to you.
Gotta get it out.
Before
Absolutely.
October.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
Well, I appreciate
Fun,
you guys.
man.
Really, anytime, I'm just a call away, Clay.
Yeah, for sure.
Family. And y'all boys, I really see y'all putting on with the podcast. I like that.
We're having fun, man.
Yeah, I can tell, man.
All right.
Appreciate it, boy.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all, man. Y'all enjoy your day.
All right.
All right, guys. I think we could say that was an awesome interview with one of our own, actually, Kelton Moss right there. And very informative, I would also say, because we're all some average Joes. That's what Rayleigh labeled us as our first podcast.
Yeah.
And except for Peyton, he's the only person that played collegiate sports, which, no offense, it was golf. So, it's not as much of a grind. And Peyton even said that in the interview. He said it's completely different. Yes. So it was good to hear about the day-to-day grind of a Division I football athlete, and it was very, very informative, and it was great to have somebody that we know that's kind of made it big, honestly, and now he's kind of giving back to us, and hopefully we'll have him back on in the future. But
he's already texted me saying he's ready for next time.
Yeah,
so.
and guys, if you did not notice, all of that was so genuine.
Yeah.
Like me, Clay, and Bill, we know Kelton very well, going back for a while now. And
he slept on this couch behind us, correct?
Yeah, he literally slept on the couch behind us throughout his junior and senior year of high school, and all that was so genuine, and you could tell that he loved it. So
Crap, I got baptized with him.
Yeah, he sure did. They both got baptized together, and you can tell that he genuinely enjoyed that.
I knew most of that stuff that we asked him, but it just felt so awesome to, I guess, put it into an official interview set and just listen to it happen. I don't know, professionally almost, instead of it just being us talking around food or something.
And he talked about those dark days he had, and I remember those dark days, and he was not okay. He was upset because, like he said, he thought he had done enough at that point,
and he had,
and honestly, he had, and you can't give him enough credit because, like he said, he never stopped grinding, and he still hasn't stopped grinding, honestly. So
yeah.
So what do we have on the lineup tonight, Clay?
So we're going to go a little bit of NBA talk. I've been dying to get into that, but we've been busy with our college, NFL, stuff like that we've been diving into lately. Then Peyton's going to talk about golf. We've got some British Open and Live drama, of course. And then I think we're going to do the NFC North preview. That'll be the Packers, Bears, Lions, Vikings. Kind of probably the most least interesting division in football.
No
Maybe them and the AFC
Out
South.
of doubt.
Yeah. AFC South was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But at least you have the Jags
you
who you can think about.
Well,
they have some
the
drama.
one seed. I mean, the one
Colts,
seed in the AFC last year.
Yeah.
I mean, so the
And then
Colts
you got-
are relevant. Well, we don't want to talk about Houston, but
Yeah.
is it bad that the Jags are more interesting than Houston?
Well, I think they're just interesting because it's
drama.
Can they?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, you got a capable head coach now,
and they have Trevor Lawrence.
That's
that
right,
helps,
exactly.
Bust. Yeah.
Before we go into all that, though, let's start. Yeah, before we can start listening to that garbage, let's talk about the NBA. Clay's very excited to talk about the Warriors, who made honestly a pretty big signing yesterday, wasn't it? Or the day before?
When was it? I think it was Tuesday. Wait, was yesterday Tuesday?
Yeah, today's Wednesday.
Yeah, it happened when I was in a movie.
I saw your Facebook post, and I was like, whoa. Michael Green?
J. Michael
I had to
Green.
look him up to make sure I was thinking about the same person.
Yeah, he's a 6'9", 6'10". He's like a stretch forward. He averaged it was only 6 points, 4 rebounds, I believe, last year for the Nuggets. But he's just a very quality big that's been around the league for, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, 7 years. And I was ecstatic to get him. He's been someone that I've been wanting on the Warriors for a couple years now. And with the loss of Bielitsa and Porter, who were kind of our stretch bigs, even though Porter wasn't really big, he still kind of played big, especially in the playoffs. Sometimes he's our center. But I think Green's going to be a really good help for us, and he provides a veteran presence, but he also can almost take in some third-string center minutes because he's got that size that can play center. And
he has an offensive game, like you said.
Yeah.
Which is something that, no offense to Draymond, they don't really have right now at that 4. and they're going to hopefully get that from Wiseman at the 5. But
depending
they
on
don't
what
really have that
Kuminga
right now.
Depending on what Kuminga and Patrick Baldwin play, then yeah.
And real quick before we keep talking, we're working with a new audio setup tonight, so if it's kind of low or kind of scratchy or echoey or something like that, we're going to get it fixed before the next one. It's just this kind of nice to be trial and error, and I think it's going to sound good though. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, I hope so. But yeah, the Warriors. We signed Mac McClung, who
social media legend from his high school days.
Yeah, a little white boy who can jump out the gym. White fella. Yeah, who can jump out the gym. Kyle actually brought him up. Probably 3 weeks ago, right before the summer league was starting, and he was
jokingly.
Yeah, he was like, "Is he going to make a roster?" He's a guy I followed a lot on like YouTube and everything, and I was like, "Nah, he's trash." And then like a week after, Warriors pick him up to play on their summer league team. He averaged about 14 points and 6 assists, I think.
Has another video on social media that went viral with the fake pass.
Yeah. I got a little worried because the tweet that I saw said Warriors signed Mac McClung to a 1-year deal. I'm like, oh crap, that's guaranteed. Like he's like actually on the roster. Why are we doing this? We don't need him. And then I see that it's a non-guaranteed deal, so it's essentially a training camp tryout. It's similar to what we signed Avery Bradley to last year. I don't think he's going to make the roster, but I mean, I'm not going to say I don't want him trying. If he can go and compete, let him do it. I mean, last year it worked for us with Gary Payton. He tried out against other guys. You see what just happened with him. Just signed for $30 million. We have a
Bill. Bill, he's like a kid at Christmas over there with this new technology. He's just to play it.
Bill is literally an IT guy, and he forgot to mute the computer over there.
Yeah, that was a little hangover from our interview, I guess. But,
now, Clay, I didn't get to watch. I didn't know any of the summer league of Golden State's games.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Baldwin, how did he do?
Hurt. He didn't play.
He didn't play at all.
He's still rehabbing his ankle injuries from college.
Okay.
I don't think he'll touch the floor this year. He'll make the roster just because of the draft pick that he was given, first round pick.
I like him. I mean, I think he could be. I mean, I know he's got his issues, but
if there's a team that can make him reach his potential, it's the Warriors.
Absolutely.
And that's what so many NBA writers that I trust have said. They're like, this is one of my favorite picks of the first round. It's Patrick Baldwin. Yeah, it's a guy that played from freaking Milwaukee, and he sucked in college, but he was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Like, he's got that talent in there. Let him rehab his ankle, which the Warriors have done. Maybe he's got something in there. I think he's going to spend a lot of time in G League this year in Santa Cruz.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's not. I mean,
that's why it's there.
Kuminga and Moody played it last year, and now this year they're destined to be key contributors to our team. And Jordan Poole, you saw what happened with him.
I think that's one of the best things the NBA has done is they've invested and made the G League a little bigger, and it's developing these guys, and they're ready to, after a year or two of it to come in. And I think he could not help obviously this year.
Yeah.
But maybe start seeing some signs next year. And with the core getting a little older, I mean, bringing him in, I think will help in the rotation.
So speaking of the core getting older, I will talk a little summer league before I get too far into our salary cap situation. So James Wiseman played 4 straight games. First time he'd done that since he actually came back into
probably since high school.
Oh no, he played about 50 his rookie year, but whenever he went to Santa Cruz last year, he only got 3 in, and then they shut him down with another knee problem. I think he looked really good. He played defense, probably the best that I've seen him play defense. That was one of his biggest weaknesses as a rookie. He's 7'1". He should be able to affect some shots down there. And yeah, he's playing against G League guys, but you could just tell when guys drove in the paint, they're like, that guy can affect my shot.
Right.
And they would dribble it out. Like that's what you want to see for him, especially against guys who are fighting for a roster spot. Now, can he translate that to the NBA? Who's to say? We'll see. I think he's going to have a fantastic year. Like, I'm so excited for him. His offensive game wasn't fully there. A lot of people were upset with his rebounding numbers. and his points. He didn't shoot like from the field great, but also it's him in his first couple games back. He's just trying to get his feet under him and having some headphone issues here. I don't know what I'm doing. I think he looked really good though. And rebounding wise, I think the first game he had 2, and then he went to like 7 and 6. I don't really care. He's got the size. Once the games matter, he's going to be more aggressive and go for the rebounds, kind of like you saw Andrew Wiggins do. I mean, Wiggins, he averaged 6 during the season, and then he had games where he was getting like 15 in the playoffs. Once those guys feel that, I don't know, that energy of a big-time game, they're going to get into it. James, you don't want him jumping into the air and having little 6-footers come up under him in a summer league game and getting hurt again. So, what's happening?
Yeah. They just announced like the card for UFC 280 in August. It's going to be probably the best of the year.
August?
Yeah. Real quick, Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev. That's going to be for the title, I'm guessing, or interim championship. Right. Aljamain Sterling versus TJ Dillashaw for a title. Peter Yan, who just lost the title to Aljamain Sterling, versus Sugar Show Sean O'Malley. And then they'll have Bilal Muhammad versus Sean Brady. Bilal Muhammad's still a pretty top-tier guy. And then the last 2 people aren't huge, but they're still pretty big. But those top 3, some of the 3 biggest fights of the year, without a doubt.
I didn't know TJ Dillashaw was still...
He just got he just got suspended.
Well, he's suspended.
Yeah, he's been suspended. He just got back. Yeah. And Henry Cejudo's about to come back, too. He's acting like to give Volkanovski a run for his money, but it'll never happen. So, sorry to hijack that, but that just I'm shook right now.
Big card.
Huge. That will be purchased.
Speaking of big Jim, James Wiseman.
There you go.
He, that's what I call him. I don't know. And people just call him Wise. But I think he's going to be big for us. I honestly wouldn't be shocked if he's like in most improved player talk just because of what he went through and the hype that he had around him. He's gonna be used in the offense, maybe not as much as he did in high school, but
he's
really,
not gonna be the guy.
All I want him to do is come in and be JaVale McGee. You know, give us a guy that can rim run, get some rebounds, go down here, play a little interior defense, set a pick for Draymond, let him throw you a lob, just stuff like that. Do the simple things.
A little more than McGee can.
Oh, he can, yeah. But if he gives me McGee, I'm ecstatic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
McGee doesn't. People kind of make fun of him because of his Denver days. Still, you think of those, but McGee gives you a lot of.
When he came to the Warriors, his freaking career changed.
Yeah,
he was a big time part of those teams.
Yeah, and now he just signed a 3-year deal with the Mavericks for $20 million.
I think he'll help Luke out a lot.
Yeah, he's already and Cuban's already said he's starting.
Yeah.
Like, and if Cuban says it, it happens.
That's right.
Yeah.
So some other G League stuff. Moses Moody was phenomenal. I believe he led all summer league players in points per game, like 28, something like that. He had 34 one night.
Are you talking about for the Warriors only?
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say because I thought Keegan Murray
No.
show.
Moody led the NBA in summer league points. Mm-mm. I'm pretty
Cam
sure.
Thomas.
I thought it was Keegan Murray.
Cam Thomas had 27 point.
I think Moody was 28.
I've seen everything about Keegan Murray.
Moody only played 3 games, so maybe it's like he played 5.
Cam Thomas probably.
Keegan Murray was 27.
Yeah. Keegan Murray played the whole thing, and like
he
people
played
were
like
saying,
27. Yeah.
he looked good. Like he's ready.
He's a king. It don't matter.
That is true.
they're finishing last in the division, and it's like the Astros. Like the division's already locked up, but it's just the last place instead of first.
Poor Harrison Barnes out there.
Yeah, free HB.
Mike Brown's there. I mean,
he's gonna save him.
Yeah,
he's gonna build that
like Luke Walton tried
defense mentality.
I mean, they did bring in Malik Monk. That's a pretty good signing, I think.
I asked LeBron how that went.
Yeah, that's right.
He made money because of what he just did in LA.
I think LeBron just got him that contract.
Yeah, he did. Moody, I'm expecting big things from him this year. He can be, honestly, kind of like our 6th man if you don't count Jordan Poole as that, because Jordan Poole's almost like a 5th starter, but he's on the bench. Now, I guess that is the definition of a 6th man, but Looney's just our starter because of his size. You have to have him there. But if we were going 5 best players, Jordan Poole would be a starter. But I think Moody's going to be fantastic. His defensive intensity is what just excites me the most for him. I mean, you saw in the playoffs against the Mavericks, he came in and played some games in big minutes whenever
You were begging
whenever
for him to
Gary
play.
Gary Payton was hurt. We needed another guard that
Begging.
could play some actual defense, and God, he played great. Jonathan Kuminga had some up and down games during the summer league, but I'm not worried at all about him. A lot of people don't really understand, like, summer league. These guys that are getting star shots, I guess, with like 25 points, something like that, those guys aren't going to be getting that whenever the season comes around. Like Kuminga, he was putting up 15, 20 shots a game, but whenever the season starts, he's probably going to shoot, 8 a game. So those numbers aren't going to look as bad. He's going to get more real shots that are generated better because Steph Curry's on the floor. Steph Curry's going to make everyone who's on the floor have a better shot. And I don't know, I'm really excited for the season. I still think that we need to get another guard, maybe. Quindary Witherspoon, someone I really want to sign. He played really good in the summer league. He's a guy that I think can take over the Gary Payton role. I'm really excited for him. I hope he gets to make the roster. But apparently it's coming down to if Iggy decides to retire, then Witherspoon will probably make the roster. If Iggy does not retire, Iggy comes back, Witherspoon's on a 2-way deal again.
What's Iggy waiting on, you think?
Just deciding, I guess.
Yeah.
They told him, we'll give you whatever time you want. I'm not going to...
I wouldn't hold my breath.
I honestly wouldn't be shocked if he comes back. And I wouldn't be mad at all. Yeah, he didn't look great. And yeah, he played like 15 games. But it's Iggy. Just having him on the team and being around the young guys for another year. Because he did so much for Kuminga, so much for Moody.
But if you're keeping him around for that one thing, then just hire him as a player development
But that's
guy.
not Iggy. He's not going to do that.
That's basically what he is in a glorified way. He can be like that tall, gray-haired dude that's always out there in shorts before the game. He can still play around like he can hoop still, but his days are gone, man.
When Iggy finishes playing, I doubt he's going to be around the team every day like that. That's why I think if he's on the team, he wants to be it as a player, at least have that chance. And he's still got a little bit in him. If you put him in a playoff situation and tell him guard the other team's best player, he's going to give you a good chance at it. Better, he's probably in the top 10% of that in the league, honestly, still. Just because of his IQ and stuff, he'll do his little rip.
Yeah.
You try to go up on him, he's going to rip the ball from you. He's going to be Iggy. And, yeah, once his career's over, he's just going to turn Silicon Valley and get into investments and stuff like that. That's the kind of guy Iggy is. And podcasting now, he's big into that. And one little other thing I want to talk about. So Joe Lacob, the Warriors owner, he's gotten into some trouble, got fined today $500,000 because he's been complaining about the luxury tax situation, and it's a mess. There's been rumors that the Warriors are spending north of $400 million to bring back the roster this year. And he practically went on a podcast and said, that's not true. There have been, it's not too far from that, but the league is already pissed at us because of what we're spending. And there's been many owners that have been complaining about what the Warriors are doing.
Because it's legal and they're just jealous.
Yeah. Yeah, so pretty much the Warriors are being put into a tough situation and having to spend astronomical amounts of money because they're so good at drafting.
Yeah,
Whenever you draft Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, you trade for Andrew Wiggins with draft picks and keep his bird rights. You draft Kevon Looney. You draft Jordan Poole. You draft Jonathan Kuminga, James Wiseman, Moses Moody. When you draft all those guys, you have to pay them at some point. But with the way the NBA is set up, it's once you pay those guys and you reach over the cap and you get into the luxury tax, you have to pay 7 times the dollar for every dollar you spend. So practically it's saying if you draft so good and you want to keep those players, you have to pay so much money. What I think should happen is a team in the Warriors situation that has so many guys that are drafted and homegrown, there should be a limited tax on those players. Instead of 7 times on the dollar, make it 3.
Shouldn't punish that.
Yeah, because you're literally punishing the team for keeping their players.
Or you're punishing them for doing what the NBA basically has given you to do.
Yeah.
Draft guys.
Yeah, what you want to do to build a freaking sports franchise is draft players, build them up, make them good, and win championships.
Right.
What have we done? We've done that for 10 years. And now we're into a situation where next year, Jordan Poole's contract's up. He's about to get north of $20 million a year.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew Wiggins' contract is up. He's already making $28 a year. He's probably going to get a little more than that. Why wouldn't he? He just had the freaking postseason of his life.
No doubt.
That's going to happen while Draymond Green's contract is up. What's he going to do? I think he has a player option. If he declines that, does he come back, take a pay cut or a little bit? I mean, because right now he's making 25, something like that.
Too much for his game.
So,
now.
but if he comes back, takes 15 or 10, does he do that? And then what the thing that is hurting us is, so Wiggins, Poole, and Draymond all end after next season, after the 2023 season. Klay Thompson's contract ends after the 2024. 2023 to 2024 season, Klay Thompson's making north of $40 million. That's a lot of money for Klay Thompson.
That's too much for Klay as well.
Yeah.
Coming off 2 years worth of injuries.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, if it was Game 6, Klay,
Game
worth
6,
Game 6
penny.
doesn't have a number.
Every penny.
Yes. Best sporting event in the world to watch.
Yeah.
Might we remind you.
But
what is Steph Curry wearing?
Whatever he freaking wants.
Is that pajamas?
The ESPYs are on right now.
Steph Curry's wearing baby blue pajamas at the ESPYs right now.
I think
my
yep,
God.
they are women's pajamas.
Those are, the buttons are on the left side. Uh-oh.
I got them from Aisha. There we go.
Yeah. Sorry.
But what the thing that's going to come down to is, can Draymond take a pay cut? How much more money is Wiggins going to take, or is he going to be okay with what he's got and know that he's in the best situation that he'll ever be in, and will he take a step down with money maybe? If you can do it to where Bill's astonished at some of the outfits on the
chick's wearing a freaking garden across her chest. That's the American Dream. Cody Rhodes with her though.
I thought it was Rhodes.
Yeah, I don't know who that chick is.
So
though.
what I'm wanting?
Hey,
Game 6 Klay.
Game 6 Klay.
Speaking of Klay Thompson, baby.
Yeah, $40 million himself.
What I'm wanting to happen is I want Jordan Poole back for $20 million. I want Andrew Wiggins back for 25, maybe 30. I want Draymond Green back for 15. And then if the other piece of the puzzle is James Wiseman, his team option is $12 million. So that's $12 million. That is a lot to spend. So if you decline that team option, yeah, Klay Thompson, comeback athlete, no doubter, champion. Yeah, we don't lose in championships like Joe Burrow, other member for that.
Whoa.
Jesus.
He didn't.
Man.
We win.
Clay
is wearing
Clay didn't
pajamas.
carry his team. Okay.
Klay
Joey B
Thompson
carried
came
him.
dressed.
Klay steps up.
Clay Rhodes steps
Game
back.
6. What I want James Wiseman's $12 million team option deal to be declined, and then you restructure this contract for him, make it to where it's a little more team friendly that first year, and make it to where, give him 2 years, 3 years at like 6, 7, 8 million. That way you take off about $4 million from this contract, and you help keep Poole, keep Wiggins, keep Draymond in. And then once that $40 million deal is gone from Klay, that number is going to drop to 20, I would say, at the most.
Oh, that's being generous.
So what we're looking at it's one really, really bad year, and then we're going to be okay. So
get through that 1 year.
It's going to be interesting. I'm not looking forward to it, honestly. I just want to enjoy this year because you never know what's going to happen. If someone had to leave,
it's going to be Dre.
No, Dre.
You think Klay then?
No, I don't think neither. I think it's going to be Poole or Wiggins. It's going to be one of them. I think it'd be Wiggins.
I think it's going to be Wiggins too.
Because you have the guys in the building that could step up for them if they had to. Kuminga, you could make him the starter. You could even make Jordan Poole your starting 2, move Klay up to the 3, play with Wiseman and Dre at the 4 and 5 or something, have bigger size there, smaller in the backcourt. A lot of interesting decisions. Before we move on from NBA, Donovan Mitchell, on the trade block, kinda, I guess.
Yeah, I think he is.
He's destined to be a Nick.
He just feels like
he
a Nick.
looks like a Nick.
Well, every player that is ever available looks to be a Nick.
Did you see what Danny Ainge wanted for him?
Yeah, supposedly 8 first-round picks.
No. Well, I saw
that. That was recent.
I saw 4 players and 6 future picks.
Yeah, that's insane. And all this is happening, and you're like, "What the crap is Kevin Durant doing?"
But you know what though? Think about it. Think what he just got. The other trade he just made to Minnesota. Mm-hmm. I mean, Donovan Mitchell's way better than Gobert.
Yeah.
So
I think so, at least. Yeah.
I mean, I could see it being worth it. Now I know. I mean, Danny Ainge gets all of that.
He also got a first-round pick from Brooklyn for Royce O'Neal. They traded him right before the Kevin Durant news. They just sent him there for a first-round pick. It's a role player.
And that pick ain't going to be probably any good.
What, Brooklyn?
Brooklyn's. I mean, it's going to be good for
it's not going to be. It's not
going
to
be good
20s.
for the Jazz.
It's going to be probably lottery.
Yeah, the Jazz won that trade is what I'm saying. That's going to be a top 15 pick at the worst.
Yeah, assuming Kyrie and
KD assuming they're gone, which they got to be.
Danny Ainge is going to have Utah. He's going to start it from scratch and build them up, and they're going to be.
So maybe if R.J. Barrett goes there, it won't be as bad as I expected. Because I forgot Danny Ainge took them.
I mean, it's not like he's going to win in New York.
He's not gonna. Yeah, it's just. I just don't like the look of former top 5 pick Duke athlete getting traded because then it comes, oh, he's overrated. He sucks.
He does suck. Oh, my God. He's not good.
He can't carry a team, which is what they're expecting to happen.
He's the 3-man.
He's going to have some guys around him, which is the NBA nowadays, though.
I mean, he's got Julius Randle.
His biggest flaw is he can't shoot a jumper, which is what the NBA is. He can't hit the 3-ball consistently, whatsoever. So
I think the situation Mitchell ends up going to is Miami. I think Pat Riley comes in and
figures it out.
Pat Riley's it. Yeah.
Miami. It feels like a
Tyler
Miami
Hero,
move.
Duncan Robinson, couple first-round picks.
Yeah.
But does that move
Kyle
the needle
Lowry
for Miami?
Absolutely.
Oh,
you think it does?
Duncan Robinson's unplayable on a terrible contract.
Mitchell's going to make Hero numbers and better. You get Mitchell,
Butler, and Bam.
With Kyle Lowry and Bam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a contender of the East.
Yeah, probably
easily.
The favorite.
I think they're.
I mean, Mitchell's a top 20 player in the league pretty easily. Yeah. 15 maybe. Well, you can argue.
You can argue you have 2 top 20 range players.
Similar?
And Bam's right there with him.
Yeah. How similar is Mitchell's and Butler's game?
Mitchell can shoot the ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mitchell put up 40 or 50 points.
I haven't watched Jimmy really play a whole lot since he's in Philly.
Jimmy can't make a 3.
But Jimmy's not a
Jimmy
one
ain't
anymore
gonna quit.
either. Jimmy's getting up there in age.
And I haven't seen Mitchell a ton either. You know, I haven't seen him a whole lot.
I think they'd be a good fit. They'd be a little bit undersized.
That's always my question. Whenever stars try to pair up, and especially they have the same type of and the same type of body style and stuff like that, because Mitchell and Butler are probably a lot similar body style and weight and everything.
Mitchell's
and
probably
play style.
Butler's probably got a couple inches
bigger on him, or
2 inches.
They both have to have the ball in their hands, though. They're not. Neither one really off.
Butler can be a spot up shooter, though.
Well, Butler can be a spot up. Yeah, he won't shoot it, but yeah.
That's just where my mind immediately goes, how the pieces are going to fit. Because I just think about that Westbrook. Westbrook going to freaking LA.
You get
that was bad from the start, man.
Oh yeah.
You know, if you have 2 ball dominant people, then you got AD, who really needs to be ball dominant as well.
But come playoff time, you need 2 ball dominant kind of guys like that. Yeah. I think
just in case one's not good.
That's what Jordan Poole was so big for us.
Yeah, it's exactly right.
If Steph has an off game, let JP take over.
That's why Miami didn't go to make the run this year, or they didn't make the finals. In my opinion,
whenever Kyle Lowry was hurt, too.
Butler was wore out. I mean, he just looked like he was gassed. And I think you get Donovan Mitchell to help him with. They're contending with the Bucks in the Eastern Conference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's about it for NBA right now.
And by the way, Kevin Durant. I mean,
he's still a Brooklyn net.
Is it the age? Do they not want to give all those pieces for 34?
Price is ridiculous.
After that Gobert happened, I think Brooklyn's like, yes. And apparently, there's been rumors that Brooklyn's like, why do we have to move him? We can just sit on him.
If
he doesn't, if he chooses to not play,
they can find his tail.
If he chooses to not play, his contract is voided for a year.
Really?
They won't have to pay him. Yeah. So if he goes out there and doesn't play, then that money's not on the books. They suck. Oh well. They still have their picks at least, or some of them. Some of them are in Houston. But if he decides to play, you have freaking Kevin Durant on your team. You know?
No doubt.
I wouldn't trade him unless I was absolutely blown away.
Yeah. And then you have the Kyrie situation right there too.
Well, it's gotten quiet, which
makes me think something's about to happen.
There's a move. That's
or
right.
that
somebody's close to
so many of them rumors that it was like a locked-in deal with Westbrook. Like that, people thought that was happening immediately. Maybe it's not.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of hypotheticals happening in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
right
you're
now.
kind of in the dead time of Summer League just ended. Free agency hype kind of went down a little bit. It's in the slow period. Now we're just on that grind to Halloween, pretty much.
So moving on, let's talk about golf, Peyton.
Whoa.
Been a while.
Definitely. Congrats to Cam Smith on the Open championship. Man, Rory, you thought he had it and felt like that he was going to win it, man. The crowd was pulling for him. They wanted him to win it. But I'm not going to say Rory lost it. He just got beat. Cam
he played lights out golf too.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't make mistakes.
19 under ain't bad.
I mean, he didn't make mistakes. He didn't have a bogey. I mean, he two-putted every hole. Like, I mean, he didn't lose it. Cam just said, it's mine. I mean, you make 6 birdies on the back nine, 5 in a row, like, you deserve to win it.
Yeah.
I mean, and
especially on a legendary course like St. Andrews.
Yeah, the old course, and the weather was pretty good for the most part, so you give those guys good weather on that course, man. They're going to eat it up. And I think that it was a great tournament. I really enjoyed watching it all throughout the week because I didn't hear anything about Liv. I didn't hear, like no drama on that, no. And then you listen to Cam's interview, and what do you think? That was the first thing they asked him is, he gonna make the jump? Like I've watched this all week and hadn't heard one thing, and then you're gonna ask him that.
But it had to be the first question.
It was. I just felt like it was a bad spot. Like, I don't know. The man just won the biggest tournament of his life. Like, let him enjoy it, let him soak it in. But it is what it is on that front. On drama with that, Henrik Stenson announced that he's going.
I saw that today. With a very lengthy message, too.
Oh, my gosh.
Did you see what Max Homa
I saw what Max Homa said.
He's like, I'm going to go find that because it's hilarious. Max Homa didn't say this.
Yeah.
But Max Homa,
he
used like a meme, I guess you could say.
Yeah. He got, lost his Ryder Cup captaincy because of this move, man.
Here's what Max Homa kind of commented, basically, I guess you could say, in meme form. I ain't reading all that. I'm happy for you, though, or sorry that happened. So, whatever just happened in Henrik Stenson's life, he's supporting him no matter what's happening.
That's right. It's crazy because, Europe and the Ryder Cup is, man, them guys grow up for the Ryder Cup. And to be the captain for it, man. And
when is the Ryder Cup?
Next year. Next fall. It's every 2 years.
So 2023.
2023.
Crap, you're going to remind me, man, because
you
have spoke that thing up as much as anything.
Absolutely, man.
You got me want to watch it now, man.
It is. If you get in USA Sports, that one right there will get you on. You'll be hollering at the TV, getting pumped like you're watching a football game. But yeah, they stripped him of his captaincy. So, and I've also seen where Cam Smith is apparently rumored to maybe make the move. I've seen where a $100 million contract could be in play for him. 2 other guys that are kind of out there. Charles Howell III is somebody that apparently is going to, in the next day or so, make the decision. One of the guys that I'm not mad about going. He's up there in his age. He's playing on the tour for 20 years. Like, he's at the end of his career. Go get your money and
get some money.
Absolutely go and retire. Bubba Watson. There's been kind of some rumors on him.
Bubba.
Wow.
I don't know. I haven't. It kind of is going to hush on that. I don't know if he's going to do it either.
They're lacking pink over there. They should need some more pink.
And hey, he's another one that I'm like. He's getting in his
falling off.
Yeah, he's falling off.
If you're not competitive in the PGA and then Liv comes calling and says, "I'll give you this number just to come and play," you
that's
gotta
right.
take it, man.
It's
you
hard.
know?
It's hard to turn down. Jason Kokrak is apparently another one that's about to do it.
Never heard of him.
Yeah,
Is that Kokrak?
Kokrak.
He actually was kind of, when he came on tour, he was the lone kidder. Like he was kind of the guy.
He was Bryson DeChambeau before Bryson
Yeah,
DeChambeau.
that's right. And then now everybody hits alone, but he still hits alone for his age. But he's another one in his 40s. Like, let's go get the money and go to the house.
Can't blame him.
So it's getting interesting. David Faraday, my favorite, maybe one of my favorite sports announcers, is going to be the.
Have you seen the Charles Barkley stuff?
Yeah, so
Is that real?
He's meeting tonight.
Yeah.
In Atlanta at a restaurant with Greg
Wow.
Norman. Norman shot him
That's
text.
some crazy crap. Have you seen that?
And what's going to be crazy is if he's not on TNT show
There's
anymore,
no way they can do that. There's no way he's going to leave TNT.
I listened to an interview on last night. Actually, no, was it last night? Yeah, it was last night. I was going home. I had the Golf Channel on the XM in my truck, and they had him on interviewing it. And the way he talks is he said he does nothing set in stone, because he said, I don't even know what Norman's wants to talk to me about.
Yeah.
He said he shot me a text, said, "Hey, I would like to meet. When can we meet?" And Charles gave him what his schedule was this week. He said, "I'll meet you in Atlanta. And we'll go out. We'll have a talk." So he said, "I don't know what," but he said, "Could possibly I could not be on TNT anymore." He's got a 3-year contract with them left still though. That's going to probably be a heck of a buyout that they're going to have to.
Yeah,
to
I've seen
That's the
some that
Saudis.
have said, and if y'all don't know what we're talking about, Charles Barkley, NBA on TNT, probably one of the best sports shows.
The best show out there.
The
It's
most
insane.
popular analyst, probably.
I mean, whenever playoffs come, if you're not watching that after that last TNT game ends, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's right.
Like, it's perfect TV, honestly. He is supposedly in talks with Liv to join. What was it, like 90 million, something like that?
I never saw the money.
I think
number.
I saw like 90 million something. Join the broadcast crew. And there have been some reports that have said it'd make him have to leave his TNT job, but I've also seen a couple say that he could still do it. I don't know how that's going to work.
I don't know how it's going to work.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, they asked me in an interview last night. He's 58, and they was like, he's always said at 60 he's retired. He's going to go play golf and fish for the rest of his life. And the guy asked me, he's like,
He's 58?
He's 58.
Wow. I didn't think that.
And he's like, "Charles, why would you do this? Like, you're about to be at retirement age. Why would you want to take on a new venture?" And he's like, "If the money's right," he said, "I'm not going to, turn it down." What I've kind of heard too is they want him kind of as a lead analyst role, I guess, which David Faraday, I'm assuming, is going to be that. But
he needs to be there just to provide the comedy.
And Charles,
aspect.
he does. I don't know if y'all ever watched any of the matches in the last couple of years.
I watched the very first one.
And he's been doing that, and he's done a good job. I mean, anything Charles does in sports, I mean, it's going to be good.
He's wearing pajamas.
I don't.
Those are pajamas.
You can see his boxers out under him.
Champion.
But
sorry, again, I just can't get over this.
This is my what you call it theory. I think this is going to happen. So they're going out there right now. Liv is and getting names. They're not getting golfers. I mean, they're getting golfers, but they're not getting ones that are at the top of their game right now.
Yeah, I mean,
they're getting names.
Bubba is a name.
Bubba's a name. Bubba's going to draw viewers. I think their goal is to get these names, to get on TV, to get the money, then the viewerships.
Mm-hmm. That's when the competition will actually happen. I think
that's exactly right. I think like a TNT is going to probably take them and play their events.
I can see that.
Are they the ones that had the match, or was that CBS?
Match. They had the match.
So and if
they've
that
already
happens,
kinda
it may be
I think that's what the Charles connection is anyway. I think Norman is trying to.
Maybe he's going to
come in for Charles.
It's not going to last on YouTube.
They can't.
Well, maybe Greg says in that meeting, "Hey, we've been talking to TNT. We might be getting picked up.
Right.
If we do this here,
Would you
can
do
stay
both?
On.
Exactly. I feel like that's where it's
And
going.
that can work.
Because
it definitely can work.
Well, and you had the PGA who has already contracts with CBS, NBC. So they can't. Liv can't get on that network because they got contracts and they're going. They're not going to. But a TNT who's trying to branch. They have the March Madness. You know, they're trying to branch out a little in sports. I could see them taking that and being something which is going
might
to,
as well.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
might as well.
And look, and then on the other front, people are like,
I mean, they own baseball basically too.
Yeah.
And to an extent.
That's true,
Like
too.
the playoffs
I
and
didn't
stuff
think
for
about
sure.
that.
They
Yeah.
have all the postseason games.
See?
ESPN don't touch them.
See, so I mean,
And
that
then
would
Fox
be
still
a
owns the
good-
World Series, but they got every
All
playoff
the
game. So
playoffs,
the only sport they don't have is football.
Yeah.
But ESPN and CBS and NBC and
They've
Fox,
taken
they ain't
all
giving
that.
that crap
No,
up.
that's right.
Ever.
That's
So
right.
they
Y'all see
might
the
as well
Sunday
go for
ticket
golf.
stuff lately? That's supposed to be coming to Apple. The
Oh,
Sunday
really?
ticket. 'Cause it's gone from direct, and it's supposed to be Apple's.
What about the
front
red
runner.
zone?
That's still saying
That better be on here.
Oh,
Shohei Ohtani, best male athlete. Look at that.
Is that the future Atlanta Brave player?
I'm not getting into that tonight.
Oh, okay. All right.
If that happens, there will be a probably hour-long chance pissed off.
That's a division winner right there, right? Oh,
That's an overrated
division
loser.
Oh,
There you go.
They're not going to
Thank
win
you.
the division. They're not going to win the AL West.
They won't finish above fourth.
Oh,
fourth.
Okay, so what we got
Is that
there?
big
Astros,
win? That's
big
Mariners.
win.
Big win.
He's lost about 15. Look at him. Look at
Astros,
Aaron Donald.
Mariners.
Stud, man.
The teams are there.
He's only
Rangers.
6'1".
Rangers
Right.
over the Angels.
Rangers.
Okay.
But a quick thing on the golf. People are, oh, PJ being crybabies, don't be scared of competition, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, they're not scared of competition. This isn't competition.
No.
They know they can't compete with that kind of a money.
Can't.
They don't so they know there's nothing they can do about it. So they're sitting there having to try to come up with ways to not make it happen because those players will keep gravitating for that money.
Yep.
I mean, you got your some that are McElroys of the world that want the history, that want to play for something that matters. And to me, that's how I stand on it. Like I want get that Cam Smith's names in that trophy and forever going to be in that trophy.
Yeah.
It's 150 years anniversary this year. Think about all those names on that trophy. These live events are nothing that nobody cares about. I mean, and who knows in 10 years if there will be an event,
Yeah.
So it's about to really get dicey because they keep saying there's more to come, a lot more names out there. And I also, when we talk about that TV analyst role, somebody said on a show I was listening to the other night, they said that there's 20 to 25 TV guys that were waiting on the first one to make the move because they didn't want to be the first one to make it and get going on them.
Yeah,
like
the
so,
Scarlet Letter type deal.
So now Faraday's made this move. I think their stuff's about to start happening, man.
Mike
So
Tirico.
when is that? Is it the new year? Whenever everything happens, or is there a day like March or something? Like when's that time when the PGA is going to be like, screw you guys that are going live?
They don't know yet. I think they're going to let this year play out. And
Is
then
it like this calendar year or PGA year?
It's going to probably be, I would say, calendar year.
Okay.
I know the PGA because the PGA is actually about to get rid of the wraparound season, starting in 2024, I think. So that's going to be changed up. I think they're going to wait to the first of the year and see what happens. I don't know what these majors I think are going to let them play, and I might be wrong on that, but I just don't know what the PGA's. They're going to have to give in eventually.
Yeah.
Because I mean, these guys still want to play on the PGA Tour events, and it's going to be hard to just say no. But when you start losing all these names like this, it's
quality's going to go down.
Your quality's
and
going
then
down.
whenever you make that decision, why is every PGA guy not going to join live?
Well, and see that's okay. You got
That's what they're scared of.
Well, that's the thing though. Norman, it's stand fast, 48 player event. Okay, well you've had your first two events. You've signed a bunch of guys since
They've
that first
signed
event.
48 probably since then.
So, what's going to be these guys on the bottom of the totem pole? Where are they going to happen to them?
Getting cut.
I mean, going to get cut. But how do you make the cut?
If the big names come in and say, "Hey, I want to play,"
exactly,
you're going to prefer them.
They're going to
the
prefer
little guys.
them. Well, man, it's just like this next event for next week. They got 45 spots filled. They have 3 open. Okay, Henry Strickland just took one of them. So that means there's 2 more guys that are about to come out and say they're going. But what about the guys that was with you at the beginning, but not really our no-name guys?
When do they play? Do they play like during the week? Or?
They play Thursday through Saturday.
Oh, so pretty much same as PGA.
But their final rounds, they're in the third round.
They play 3 rounds, 54. That's what LIV stands for, 54. So,
Okay.
I mean, and that's another big thing is Ernie Els actually spoke up, I think it was yesterday, and he said, let me get the exact quote so I don't get it wrong here.
It's going to be interesting just to see if it eventually gets to the point where PGA's like, yeah, you LIV guys can play, like the LIV's going to have to schedule around majors and even non-majors.
Yeah,
I mean, there's some that aren't
Championship.
majors that are still big names that the guys are going to want to play.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I mean, and the LIV has to get the world ranking points. If they don't get that, then they're really in trouble.
Yeah,
that's going. And you know who else? Makes that decision? The PGA and the DP World Tour make that decision. They vote on that. So I mean, I don't know how that's going to happen. Ernie Els said you can't have a 48-man tour playing no-cut golf and no-cut golf and expect the world to take you seriously. It's not going to happen. So, and I agree with the no-cut deal. And to be honest with you, I want to cut because, man, it's golf. You're not going to play good every week. There's going to be guys that are the big names that are playing terrible that week.
Yeah.
Well, in this format they're doing, it's a 48-man shotgun start. So they're all playing at the same time. I don't want to watch somebody shooting a 77. Like I'm not watching for that. I want to watch somebody playing good.
Yeah.
If you don't have a cut, those guys are playing all 3 days. So, I mean, if I go to a tournament and watch live, I'm watching guys that are just hacking it out there. At least when I know I go to a tournament live on Saturday and Sunday, their guys are playing good. They made the cut.
Yeah.
So when you're playing 54 holes, where do you make the cut? After the first day?
Yeah, I think. I mean, that's the thing. I don't know. That's why. That's why that the world ranking points is going to be a big deal because you have to have 72 hole events to get world ranking points.
Is that best team right there?
So,
yeah.
what? And then your tour's named though after 54. So it's going to be it's
going to get interesting.
Really that's
quickly.
right. That's exactly right. So
Warriors best team SV. Heck yeah. Screw you, Oklahoma softball.
Oh wow!
There's Iggy.
Here's Iggy. Yeah,
he's got on a freaking undershirt.
Is that Sean Livingston or is Jordan Poole?
Jordan Poole.
What did he do?
Evan Turner. Shout out to the Point Forward podcast.
No, that's Juan.
That ain't Juan, is it? Oh, that is.
Yeah, Jordan Poole's not that tall.
That's
That's
Juan
Juan
here anymore.
You're a Laker.
And Curry is still in his pajamas.
Still wearing pajamas. Guys, you got to look this up.
I'm a freaking
I
cry
beg you to
Juan.
look this up. You got to look him up. He's in blue, okay? Type in on Twitter, Steph Curry, blue suit ESPYs. You're going to think it's pajamas.
All right.
Wow.
All right, so
we should have just done a freaking live ESPYs watch.
I was really hoping he came out like in a blue bathrobe after that.
Just progressively
Time to
less
go home.
clothes.
Yeah.
So,
all right, so
does that wrap it up on the golf front?
Yeah, I think that wraps it up. It'll be changing every week from now with guys
it's
jumping
literally
on.
a thing that the sports world has never seen.
It's exactly right.
Like the NFL's never had guys playing in the AFL on this other weekend.
No, that's
like
it's different, man.
NBA guys don't play in a different league on this way. Like it's insane. I guess the only comparable thing could be like the WNBA, the women playing overseas, like during the off season. Yeah. But still, it's off season. Whenever their real time comes, they're playing their real league.
And
it's
these
crazy.
Guys are just...
Shout out Brittany Griner.
Oh, shoot. We're not talking about that crap.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Well, they had a nice part on the ESPYs about her.
Oh yeah.
Oh well,
good God! Right before Dickie V. What a time that was.
All right, so we're gonna do our third?
Yeah.
Division preview.
The South and the East now.
Yeah, we did the South with the Saints, and then the East with the Cowboys, and now we're gonna. I guess all you Bears fans that are in Louisiana, or Packers or Vikings.
Was there.
We probably got some Aaron Rodgers guys. Stacy, Stacy, he'll be
Aaron Rodgers guy.
He'll be excited for this.
He don't like the Packers. He just respects the game.
Yeah. So
not a whole lot to talk about in this division besides the fact that
Trevor Siemian signing doesn't excite y'all?
It doesn't do nothing for me. Neither does Nathan Peterman, man.
Oh, okay.
You know.
How confident are they in Justin Fields when you go sign both of those guys? That tells you all you need to know.
I'm not gonna lie. I was wanting Fields to fall to the Saints somehow whenever he came out, but man, I'm so glad he did not. I feel like we dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
He had a bad year because his team sucked and his coach sucked.
I don't think he's gonna be worth anything now.
You're insane.
You
think Trevor Lawrence is good? Or
no, I believe in Trevor. He showed something at least.
What? That they suck? That the Jags will never be relevant again?
You can't
Blake
really
Bortles
take
is the best
everything
quarterback
out
in
on
franchise
Trevor.
history. Yeah.
I mean, Trevor had all kinds of drama.
Mark Brunell. Put some respect on his name.
David Garrard, Byron Leftwich, those were all better than him.
Bortles was a play away from the championship.
No, the
Bortles was a play away from the championship.
Saxonville was a play away.
Hey,
from the
Bortles
championship.
put up numbers. Don't disrespect Bortles. I had Saxonville that year in fantasy.
Yeah, you
greatest
did it.
thing that ever
Woo,
happened.
Man,
drafted them on the last pick of the draft.
I don't think the Fields things matters because, I mean, the Bears got Trevor Siemian.
Yeah,
and he nearly led us to the promised land last
He sure
year.
did.
Yeah, he looked pretty good for a little bit, right?
There might be an open quarterback competition up there in Chicago, and Trevor Siemian might win it.
So you think the new coach for the Bears is going to help any?
Who is the new coach? I forget.
Matt
Eberfluss.
Okay.
He was the
That
OC
dude,
at
Nagy needed to go.
Indianapolis, yeah.
Yeah, Nagy had to go.
Nagy was
obviously.
bad.
But Eberfluss, maybe he'll do something. You never know. So
it's.
I don't see it happening unless. I mean, think about the guys that he's about to have to throw the ball to. Field.
Oh, you see, that's
he
the thing.
is set up to fail. I'm not going to lie.
He was defensive coordinator for the Colts. Sorry about that.
That's right, because they signed a head coach that's a defensive minded coach. Whenever they have a project quarterback,
That's right.
Former top pick.
That's right.
That made no sense. I remember that now.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be
the
throwing
receivers.
to Darnell Mooney's a stud.
Darnell Mooney's good. I'll give him that. He is top tier. Well, I would say top tier. He's top 20, probably wide receiver in the league.
That's maybe a little too high. Top 30.
He's respectable, though.
Yeah.
He'd go to another team, and he would be number 2 at the worst.
Yeah, I mean, he shouldn't be a wide receiver 1 yet,
No,
but it's not your worst option.
But
Jimmy Graham?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the resurgence projects with like N'Keal Harry, Dante Pettis,
Equanimous St. Brown.
Yeah, you see, all those guys were higher draft picks.
They've got names. Tajay Sharp.
Yeah.
Byron Pringle. I mean, they got names, but
Who's
they're
your
all
number
kind
two?
of unproven. Number 2 is probably be Pringle, I'd have to guess. Based off of that list
They
of guys,
draft
he
anybody?
probably has the best stats.
They drafted Velus Jones from Tennessee. I believe he has some speed.
Fields can kind of swing it, but it's going to take a lot more than just throwing a deep ball every now and then. Oh, did Tariq Cohen retire or something?
I think he's been hurt
got
like
that
3
health-
years.
he got health issues,
Oh,
that's
is he the one that tore his Achilles while Instagram Live working out?
That is
Yeah,
who that
that's
was.
him.
Yeah, he popped his Achilles.
So yeah, he'll remain unsigned for the rest of the year. They lost a lot of people.
So
man.
who else did they bring
I
in?
didn't realize how much they
Any
lost.
big guys? No. Tavon
no.
Young, 1 year, $1 million deal. What the crap happened
Jason
there?
Peters with them last year?
I just saw that. I don't.
I don't remember.
I don't remember
Did
that
they sign
happening.
him this offseason? I'm that one got me all confused right now.
Where?
Jason Peters, the Bears.
Apparently, it says he's gone. That's departures.
I know, but I don't remember him
I
playing
don't
for the
even
Bears
remember
last
playing
year.
for the Bears.
Well, that's how irrelevant they were. I mean, they've lost a lot of guys. Allen Robinson,
Top right.
Damian Williams,
Yeah, he was on
Jakeem
there.
Grant.
Wow.
A lot
They're-
of James Daniels, their best O lineman.
Which
They're
means
going to
40.
step down.
Eddie
They're gonna take a big
Goldman's
step down.
gone. Akeem Hicks, Khalil Mack, Bruce Irvin, Alec Ogletree, Danny Trevathan, Artie Burns. Oh, God.
Yeah, so we're looking at probably
That's a rebuild.
They could be the
4
worst team in
wins.
the NFL.
Yeah,
Yeah.
4 wins if they go absolutely off this
Yeah.
year. 1 win, maybe
And honestly,
2
that
if
might
they're
not be
lucky.
might not be the worst thing.
That might be what they're going for. You know,
They might want to lose.
I wouldn't blame them. I mean,
But you know,
When you're
as
that
bad as
bad-
they're going to be, though, like usually those teams have stacked up on draft picks or stacked.
Do they
up.
have their pick next year? So they didn't have their first this year because of Fields.
They traded.
did they
no.
trade up for Fields?
They
But
traded.
did they trade just 2 or is it 3?
No, they traded 3, didn't they?
You got to trade 3 for a
I know.
quarterback.
I
think.
know this. I know this one they didn't have, and I know next year's they don't have.
Really?
Yes, that trade was.
I'm looking it
They
up.
traded the house for him. I thought.
Oh, so this mock? No, they have their first. Because this right here has a mock draft projecting Keyshawn Butte there.
Oh God. They have their first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. So they have them all.
And they have the Chargers 6 as well. I think that's it.
So they only gave up 2 1s for Fields then,
and probably like a
5 or something in the future,
or last year or something.
But anyway,
they've got all their picks.
It's not going to matter. Nothing's going to change this year with them,
and they don't have anybody to trade away to get more picks.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
nobody,
other guys just left.
They don't. Nobody wants anybody on that roster. I mean, if you're going to tank, they're usually tanking for picks and they're building stock, but they don't have any of that stock.
Yeah,
my God, they should have money. I don't know where the money's at.
Robert Quinn, is he still on the team? He had a fantastic year because he had like I don't even know how many sacks. Bill, what are you doing over there? Pull up the roster. Oh yeah, or Andy Dalton came to be the savior of New Orleans, the Red Rocket.
He's there in case Jameis tears his other ACL.
Robert
that
Quinn.
one, the same one again.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
he's true. Robert Quinn's still there.
Yeah.
What did
they
he
still
do
got
last
Roquan
year?
Smith, people like that. Eddie Jackson.
Robert Quinn had 18.5 sacks last year,
and it didn't matter.
I can't believe nobody went and got him.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's a good piece you could look to trade for a first or so, or at least a second.
Because when he was with Dallas a couple years ago, he was doing well.
That's going to be something to keep an eye on in training camp for sure.
They've got Jalen Johnson at corner. He's been in pro 3 years.
Robert Quinn feels like that guy about midway through the season that contenders going to trade for.
Yeah.
You know, when
like Von Miller kind of trade.
He's going to be one of the rare
ones that they're going to want to go
like
get
trades.
Yeah,
exactly.
They've got Eddie Jackson still at safety.
Somehow give up like a second round for him.
They got some names still, but it's not going to matter.
David Montgomery. I mean, he could honestly be on the move. His contract's probably coming up soon. Who else do they have? That they suck. Cole Kmet, his contract should be coming up.
They did sign
Cody Whitehair, that's their center. He's pretty good.
They
Probably
did
one of the
sign
better
a
ones in the
former
league.
Saint this offseason.
Who?
Ryan Griffin.
Oh, yeah.
Tight
Heck
end.
yeah.
Former tight end, baby.
So, yeah, I think that's enough of the Bears.
He got Tulane?
I think that's Garrett Griffin.
Garrett Griffin.
Yeah.
Garrett Griffin went to Colorado State.
Oh, they drafted
lied to us and made us think
a
he
guard
was
from
good.
Southern in the 7th round. That's how you do that. Jatire Carter. Shout out to him. They also took an O-tackle from Southern Utah State. That's a product right there.
Absolutely. I bet he's
right. Powerhouse.
They developed some tackles. As we say this as we took Trevor Penning from Northern Iowa.
Hey, easy. He was pretty much a consensus first round pick, so we're okay.
So enough of the Bears. Let's go
move
to the
Lions. Yeah. Lions, they actually did a thing or two that
I'm excited to watch the Lions.
Might actually help them. DJ Chark.
Hey, speaking of Garrett Griffin.
Yeah, Garrett Griffin's right there too. I was thinking of Garrett Grayson was the quarterback from Colorado State.
God, I hate
That's
him.
what I was thinking of. Yes. They lied to us with that 3rd round pick. They're like, oh, he's
going
to
really
love
him.
This
is the project.
They like him.
Fit well with Sean
reminds
Payton's
a lot of
offense.
Drew Brees.
Right.
He didn't. He sucked.
He was gone after like a year.
Yeah, but DJ Chark going there is big because we talked about this earlier. I think it was off the air. You got him. They just drafted Jamison Williams. Who is he going to play this year?
He might miss a couple weeks, but I mean, he should be out there. He tore his ACL, December?
It was in the playoffs, December.
Williams?
Was he the one was he SEC championship game?
There were 2 that got hurt.
He was SEC championship. No.
Who's the other one?
Pickens from Georgia.
No, there's 2 Bama receivers that got hurt.
But the second one
got hurt both got hurt too.
In the semifinal game, and then one got hurt in the SEC championship game.
Who the crap's the other guy? He got drafted.
Number 8.
Oh, Mechie.
John Mechie.
Mechie got hurt in that semifinal game.
Anyway, so
they're still around the December-January.
Yeah, this dude got hurt around that
so
time.
He might.
So 9 months from then, that's
let's say
September.
He missed the first 4 weeks.
They'll probably play him in October.
Yeah, say he missed the first 4 weeks.
October's probably a generous thing.
DJ Chark.
He's going to be.
They got 2 guys to take the top off, and they got.
Can Jared Goff throw the ball there?
He can try. And they got St. Brown, Amon St. Brown.
If you're the Lions, is it tank for C.J. Stroud / Bryce Young? Do you have to do tank, get your quarterback, get off the Goff contract, go for it? Could be what other?
I don't see Dan Campbell voluntarily tanking.
Huh?
Are they going to be better than Goff?
Yeah, I mean Goff isn't.
Is C.J. Stroud going to be better than Goff? I'm not high on C.J. Stroud.
Maybe not the first year, but
As a matter of fact, I saw a lot of
at the
mock
least
drafts, and the Kentucky quarterback is actually.
What's he done?
I don't
What's he
like
done?
Go watch him. I do like him.
I don't know.
He looks like an NFL quarterback in my opinion.
I don't know.
I'm worried about Bryce Young. I mean, his size. I mean,
And the translation from Alabama quarterbacks to NFL quarterbacks.
And when I see him, I don't think Arizona Cardinals quarterback just went blank.
Kyler Murray.
I don't think strong arm. I can do Kyler Murray. Murray's got an arm.
Yeah.
When I see Bryce Young, I don't think strong arm. So is Bryce Young going to be the guy that you?
But at the worst, it's a guy that you get 5 years with at $8-9 million
He's
compared
Detroit.
to $32 million.
They hadn't had something to be that excited about probably since Stafford.
And
but
they have
didn't do
DeAndre
anything.
Swift, who had a pretty good year last year too, when
Yeah.
he wasn't banged up. I mean, I remember playing against him when Bill had him numerous times, and he had good games. You know,
Yeah, some other pickups. They got DJ Chark, we mentioned, 1 year deal, kind of a prove it deal, I guess. Khalif Raymond, he's a solid guy. Josh Reynolds
ain't nothing to
Yeah, I mean, Josh Reynolds was the 3 for the Rams.
Yeah, Josh Reynolds is solid, man.
Well, when Robert Woods, best receiver on the Rams, got hurt, Josh Reynolds had to step up to be the 3rd.
Alex Anzalone.
Alex Anzalone, Saints legend.
I liked him in New Orleans.
I liked him in New Orleans too.
He had long hair and he's white and he played linebacker. He has
Clay Matthews.
If white fella. If you remember, guys, Dan Campbell, the head coach for the Lions, was the old tight ends coach for the Saints. Hence the reason why they have Garrett Griffin. I'm sorry, I was wrong on that.
Ryan Griffin was a
Ryan
Buccaneer.
That's right.
Yeah. Easy to get them mixed up. They both suck.
Actually,
good blockers.
That's right.
Locker room guys.
Right, but he signed Garrett Griffin because he obviously coached him with the Saints. But do y'all remember Josh Hill in the Saints?
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember
He's
he
up
signed
there, right?
No. Remember he signed with Detroit. 3 months later he retired.
Oh, okay.
And I always liked him in the Saints.
Yeah, he
Peyton
was
did
solid,
too. He
yeah.
was all around tight end. Yeah.
Detroit actually drafted a tight end in the 5th round this year from Virginia Tech, so maybe that's going to be one of the project guys. But we also don't need to forget the fact they took Aiden Hutchinson,
That's
number
right.
2 overall.
Yeah, kept him in state.
A Michigan
And
guy.
like going in the draft, there was always said that's a heck of a name on that screen, Bill.
That's why I put it there.
Wow, Halapalavita Vataiti, or something like that.
Holy cow.
But
he's a
Aiden
solid-
Hutchinson, I
he's a
think
solid
everybody
tackle.
was like, he's got the lowest, the highest floor.
Yeah.
You know, like
high floor, low ceiling.
he's gonna be. You know what you're gonna get with him because of how consistent he was.
He
in
honestly
college.
kind of reminds me of a bit like Max Crosby.
Yeah,
A little bit like
yeah.
that. Where'd Max Crosby come from? Like,
Boston College.
Was it? I thought I thought it was a small
I
school.
think it was Boston College. I think he wore maroon.
See, I thought it was like a Southern Utah or some weird crap.
Look it up, Peyton. Or Bill. Somebody. Bill has the freaking screen there. But he's gonna be
Eastern
a contributor.
Michigan.
Eastern
Yeah.
Michigan. Okay,
That's what I thought.
he's gonna be a contributor, no doubt. So
Yeah, but is he? He'll
Is he
never
gonna
be a Pro
difference
Bowler,
maker? Probably
maybe.
not, but
He'll be a solid rotational guy. Maybe get you 5 to 8 sacks every year.
and if we're being honest with ourselves, that was an absolute no-brainer pick. I think. Personally, I think it was a no-brainer because I thought he should have went number 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the better pick over Trayvon Walker, who I forget exists.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think there's still a question to be made about, Thibodeau, something like that, or even tackle again. Because I mean, it's not like the Lions have built a stellar O-line, and you have like Evan Neal.
Ask Matt Stafford.
Yeah, I mean, there was good O-linemen in the draft. So.
Yeah. So what are we thinking about wins for the Lions? I think 5 or 6 is doable.
5 was the first number to come to my mind.
They're gonna go as far as Jared Goff takes them.
But boy, they were so competitive in every game last year.
I think they could go 6.
And Dan Campbell's energy. I mean, that locker room. Never
He seems
gave
like
in.
a guy that people want to play
They want to
for
play
and give
hard
everything
for.
they
That's
got.
right.
Because their roster last year sucked.
It was terrible.
But
Absolutely
they put
terrible.
up a fight every single game.
And I really like their draft. So I mean, I think that they 5. If they 6, that'd be a.
I think they're in the 4 to 6 range.
Yeah, that's a good win for them.
Without a doubt.
Absolutely.
So you all talking about Minnesota or Green Bay next? Or
before we
you
move
got
on,
something else?
yeah, I mean, a couple guys they got on defense. Gerard Davis, solid linebacker. Mike Hughes, high draft pick. He's a good returner at the least.
This is going to be a big year for that corner.
Tracy Walker, ULL guy. 3-year, $25 million extension. Really good safety.
Who's the corner? From Ohio State.
Jeff Okudah.
Jeff Okudah. This could be a big year for him.
He tore his Achilles last year, right?
But he struggled his first year. Remember?
Was that not last year?
I think that was the second year.
Wasn't it Lawrence?
Or whenever he played, he was struggling.
Was it Lawrence and then who's the other quarterback? Who went 2 last year?
I can't remember.
Who went 2 in last year's draft?
It was Justin Fields and all them. How long's Okudah been
Lawrence,
in the league?
who, and then Okudah. Okudah went 3 last year, right?
This is his second year.
Yeah.
All right, so the games that he played, I remember him not
played like
being
4.
that great. But still, I remember.
Third year, excuse me.
This is going to be his third?
Year.
Really?
See, yeah. Click on Pro Football Reference.
Was he with Burrow?
Thank you. Click on Pro Football Reference right there.
Okay, so he was third after Burrow.
He was a Burrow because Ohio State was claiming Burrow as a draft pick for them in the first round.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
They developed him very well.
Yeah, his rookie year, he played in 9 games, but still, he only had 1 pick and 2 pass deflections. Is that because he was on his own island over there? No. Listen how many tackles he had. 47 tackles. Which, yeah, great, he made a tackle, but that's not a good thing.
41 of them were solo.
Yeah, if he's had to make wrap-up tackles, that means he's giving up catches. You know what I'm saying? So, this is going to be a big year.
Yeah, I mean, it's
they didn't draft him to play the run.
It's just hard to knock his talent.
Everybody always loves Ohio State.
It's hard to knock his talent after 9 games of his rookie year.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, give him this year to say, I mean.
Usually rookie year corners aren't very good.
Well, quarterbacks, hold on, listen to this. 2020, quarterbacks had a 77% completion percentage against him.
Well, Trayvon Diggs is the best corner in the league, right?
Well, no, he's not. We've already talked about that, though. You know what I'm saying? We've talked about that. His average yards per completion was 14.5 he gave up. So, 594 yards he gave up as well.
So his first 9 games in the NFL were rough.
41 of the 53 targets at him were caught. That's what I'm saying. It's a prove-it year. That's what I was saying. I didn't say he sucks. I said he has a lot riding on this year.
The one game he played last year, 4 targets, 3 completions against.
109 yards.
Is that average, that 14.3 yards average
per completion?
But where does that, I mean, I wonder what the
I don't know what
is
it is,
for
but
the league.
41 out of 53 ain't good.
I would think giving up 15 yards of
a catch.
That's
every time you're getting thrown at, that's a first down.
Yeah, need a first down? Yeah. Here we go.
Exactly.
I'm going to look up Lattimore. Who's the best corner in the league? J.C. Jackson last year?
Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey.
He's been the best corner in 5 years.
Everybody wants to, high on these Ohio State corners. Other than Lattimore, who's successful in the last 5 years?
Apple.
Yeah. Like I said, and
Zach Wilson went second
every
last
year.
They forgot.
That's Zach Wilson. Every year gets drafted. They get the top 10 draft pick at corner every year, and I don't know one of them besides Lattimore that's been a home run.
So Jalen Ramsey was targeted 98 times, gave up 58 completions at 59%. So
77% for a guy that was playing his first 9 games in the NFL in the Detroit Lions.
Well, Jalen Ramsey's rookie year on the Jacksonville Jaguars gave up 54%.
Every 3 out of 4.
So you're saying Jeff Okudah is 20% worse than a generational corner? Oh, wow. I mean, Jalen Ramsey's one of the best corners the league's seen since the 2000s. Probably top 10, 15 all time.
But still, when you take a guy number 3 overall as the best defensive player in the draft, that's supposed
Chase
to be
Young.
a lock besides Chase Young. So past the defensive line, he's got to do better than that. Yeah, and yet again, let's go back to the fact I didn't say he sucks. Yeah. I said this is a prove-it year, and everybody thought I was insane.
But cornerback, there's a certain extent of how much you can put on him,
Lattimore had a rough rookie year as well. He had 64%.
Yeah, rookie cornerbacks aren't great.
64 though.
He gave up 880 yards over 16 games compared to Lattimore for a
you put Lattimore on a Saints defense that probably wasn't terrible, and you put Okudah, who was probably top 3 player on his freaking defense his rookie year.
No, the Saints defense wasn't that great when we drafted him though.
We went 13-3 his rookie year.
Yeah, was that not the year?
That was probably Drew Brees slinging
Drew was still slinging it then. Yeah,
But there's only so much.
2017.
There's only so much that a rookie corner can do to his team. Like they have to have good stuff around them. Whenever you put a rookie edge rusher on the field, yeah, you want them to perform that second. Because what do? They pass rush. Whenever you put freaking Okudah against Devontae Adams in his division, and he's playing him, or Allen Robinson, or Adam Thielen, veteran guys in his division.
And I know you want to give Ramsey the best corner in the league. Listen to these percentages on Lattimore. 64% his rookie year, 50% his second year, 52% his third year, and 57.5% his fourth year.
And here's Paulson Adebo, who was also a rookie.
Who's been Julio Jones, Mike Evans. Think of all the receivers just in the division he plays every year.
Who Julio at the top of his game is probably better than Devontae Adams at the top of his game. If not, they cancel each other out.
Yeah.
Paulson Adebo right here, same guy he got drafted with Okudah, or not with Okudah, but his rookie year this year gave up. He played all.
Who was getting
17
picked
games.
on because everybody's going away from Lattimore.
He was targeted 89 times. He only gave up 55 catches, which ain't horrible compared to what's his face did.
I've got Eli Apple stats up here.
We're not talking about Eli Apple.
Let's see what old Apple has to say.
Was Apple good his rookie year? I can't remember.
Oh yeah,
well, he was targeted 118 times, 57 completions, 48.3%.
So
he fooled a lot of people.
He fooled us to give him a third-round draft pick.
Look, all right, so right there, look at Eli Apple. 57% completion percentage on the Giants, 44% on the Saints. It's almost like he went to a team where he wasn't the best freaking player on his defense.
But
he had pieces around him.
Still only 54% with the Giants.
It's a 13% jump.
Corner is that position, though, where it's all about you versus that guy, especially if you're running man. Okay? So
every 3 out of 4 he was giving up.
Yeah.
Every 3 out of
77%. Name another player on that 2020 Lions defense that was helping him out play solid defense.
God,
they have that Fuller guy, the other corner.
Was he there then?
Had to been. Last year was when they played the Bears in the Thanksgiving Day game, I believe. The parents had the split
he was
jersey.
Kendall was in Washington.
But still, it doesn't matter.
Which one? There's two of them.
What's
Kyle's
going
a
to
Bear.
help him? What's going to help him? He's giving up 77% of the passes thrown at him caught.
Yeah, because he's playing hard freaking receivers. Receivers probably the most talented position in the league.
Lattimore's not.
Adebo wasn't this past year?
No, they were. Yeah, he had a little bit worse of a year than everyone else. But you're acting like it's that bad to have a bad rookie year your first 9 games.
Yet again, I never said it was bad. I just said he has to prove it, and everybody was just like, "Oh my God, what are you talking about? You didn't even know the guy played 2 years ago. You didn't even remember him getting clowned on and talked about how he didn't play well."
No, but I don't think it's that crazy to look at a guy's rookie year stats and think, "Oh, that wasn't bad." That was awful.
I think it's fair when he's number 3 overall pick.
Yeah, and then he gets
in a position where it doesn't honestly matter a whole lot what else is happening.
He gets
It's the D-line pass rush helps,
1-on-1.
But corner is 1-on-1. Quarterbacks, they have to have a line. They have to have people to catch the ball. Him playing 1-on-1 with somebody for the most part, unless he's playing zone, that's all on him.
A DN can do his job, and what's behind him doesn't matter. A cornerback has to have good stuff happen in front of him as well.
Not near as much as you think.
He come back his next year after his rookie game. Yes, he gets hurt in game 1. His first 4 balls thrown to him, he gave up 3 of them.
I mean, back-to-back years, it was like he's going down the same road. But can we predict that? No. But it's not a good sign. He gave up 100 yards on 3 passes.
He needs to drop that. Okay, he stays healthy this year. That percentage needs to be at least in the 60%. He's got to drop that thing under 70. You can't be giving up 3 out of 4 balls every time.
I'm gonna look up the league average.
Because it cannot 77%. I mean, golly, for a 3rd overall pick, I want to see. You know what? We have the perfect scenario this year. We can judge. Who just got drafted 3 overall and has nobody behind him?
Derek Stingley.
So
we'll definitely bring this back.
Sauce Gardner too.
And Sauce Gardner, yep.
Yeah.
Which I think the Jets defense is better than the Texans, honestly.
Oh, Houston's tanking all they can. The Jets are at least trying to be relevant.
Well, but the Texans are also that place where it's like, come here, we'll give you 1 year and a little bit of money, and you can prove yourself.
Yeah,
they've got a couple of those guys that are just sticking around.
And that'd be a good comparison. I want to see what Stingley's numbers
that's a good
are.
Point. We need to look at that
Because exactly the same draft spot there on two teams that suck. I mean, so I guarantee you Stingley won't give up 77%. I'll put money on that right now.
Also, look at his division that he's going to play 6 times.
That's also true.
It's a lot different of receivers. Christian Kirk, Michael Pittman, T.Y. Hilton, Robert Woods.
Other than Devontae Adams.
Adam Thielen.
And Thielen.
Jefferson.
JJ wasn't there.
Came out that same year as Okuda.
He was
this
hurt last year.
This is Jefferson's third year.
This is Jefferson's second year. 19.
Last
Jefferson
year was Chase.
and Burrow came out together.
Last year was Chase.
Chase
Burrow's the year before. Burrow came out with Okuda.
Yeah, Burrow.
This is Burrow's third year.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Jefferson was phenomenal his rookie year.
Yeah.
And then Thielen, and then Adams, and Allen Robinson was still in Chicago. I mean, those are all really good receivers.
Yeah, but nobody was throwing to Allen Robinson, though.
Is that Mike Glennon?
Did you find the league number?
I couldn't figure out how to search it. Somebody could work on that. We need to move on, though. Speaking of Justin Jefferson and the Vikings, let's talk about them. It looks like Kirk Cousins has been extended through 2023. This has to be almost the end of the road for Kirk Cousins. I don't know what else they're going to expect him to do besides maybe give you $250 or $300 a game.
I think he just signed an extension.
Yeah, he did. $35 million, fully guaranteed extension.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I don't blame that signing. Who are you going to get?
They had nobody else better to get, honestly.
They don't.
But,
and they have a pretty decent roster.
Yeah, they're in that weird limbo
area.
area.
They're where the Saints. If Winston doesn't do what we need, we're going to be in that same window. Where do you go?
If Jameis can't do it, we need to just go ahead and start tanking.
No,
except we're paying Jameis a third of what he's getting.
That's the only good thing. You know, both teams are capable of winning, I believe, in my opinion, and have the pieces to do it, and it's all going to come down to quarterback probably, and Dalvin Cook staying healthy for the Vikings.
They got the best handcuff in the NFL.
They do have the best handcuff.
I think you're at the point where, well, I guess in the NFC, but do you want a wild card appearance over a good draft pick? I mean, if you're the Vikings, why do you want to go to this wild card game that you know you might win, but you're not going to make a conference championship?
Because they're going to have a new head coach for the first time in a while, and they're going to have to. That looks really good on his resume. When in 2 years, when they're not good, he can be at least able to point back and be like, "Well, we made the playoffs, so give me another shot for one more year."
But anybody thought the 49ers would have been playing for 2 NFC championships in the last 2 out of the last 4 years,
or a Super Bowl a couple of years ago?
I wouldn't, and they kind of remind me of the same type rosters.
Defenses,
Niners are not as but I mean they
Vikings are
offensive weapons. The Vikings have better offensive weapons
all day. You take absolutely.
Jefferson and Debo cancel out.
Was Debo there 3 years ago when they made it to the Super Bowl?
No, Debo this was his second year this past year, wasn't it? No, it was his third because he went on his contract. Yeah, that's why he set out this offseason, didn't he?
That team had somebody.
At receiver? No.
That Super Bowl team?
Tight end.
I think that was...
It was all...
when Shanahan was feeding Kittle and they were just pounding the rock. I could be wrong, but I can't remember. But talking about signings, the Vikings, they got Harrison Phillips at DN now. That's going to be a big help. Or D-tackle. I can't remember which one he's playing now.
Who is it?
Harrison Phillips. Is he
D-tackle.
And they signed Zadarius Smith, who I really like as a rusher.
They had Debo, Emmanuel Sanders,
Kendrick
Bourne, Mostert.
But that was before Debo was Debo.
It was rookie year.
Yeah.
And if you remember, Emmanuel Sanders was not that good with 49ers. Because when he signed with the Saints, people questioned that signing.
Yeah, because I think we gave him like $9 million or something like that.
And he didn't catch many balls.
He had,
did he?
During that playoffs, he had, 71 catches. I mean, 71 yards.
That's what I'm saying. He was not a factor with San Francisco. It was Kittle and that run game. I mean, Shanahan just drawing the plays up. I'm telling you,
Minnesota's O-line is awful. And the Niners they always have a solid O-line.
Yeah.
Because that's what Minnesota has to draft every year. Did they do it this year?
I wouldn't doubt it.
They drafted.
That's what they've been trying to build for years. Yeah,
they drafted a tackle.
drafted Ed Ingram.
Yeah, LSU.
First round pick, they went
they must have traded
safety.
up.
Yeah, Andrew Booth from Clemson's not bad.
No, that's a good pickup.
But yeah, the Niners, they had Mike McGlinchey, Joe Staley was still there.
Yeah, their offensive line was definitely better, but it's still the fact they made it there without really having a quarterback presence, you know. And I could see that being the Vikings' problem. Kirk's probably better than Jimmy G. I think he is at least, but they definitely have Justin Jefferson and Thielen, who are both better.
Good, yeah.
Both are better than the 49ers wide receiver options were.
Here's a
and
question.
Dalvin Cook is elite whenever he's fully healthy.
Here's a question for you. Who would you rather be the Saints quarterback? Winston, Cousins, or Jimmy G?
Winston.
For the
Is that
price.
what you would think too? You
Yeah,
have to factor in money.
It's the money because you can get him cheaper. and
Winston
he has a
can
higher
win you a
ceiling.
He has
game.
higher upside
than
for
either
sure.
one of them.
Winston could win you a game with his arm.
Yeah,
Cousins and Garoppolo aren't.
No, Garoppolo probably won't lose you a game.
So I
Cousins
got
will probably
I
lose
got
you
some
a game.
stats up.
You like that?
So divisional round, Niners 1 seed over the 6 seed Vikings actually.
That's ironic.
Jimmy G 131 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Pretty much same for Cousins, 172, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Tevin Coleman 105 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Leading receiver Debo 3 receptions, 42 yards.
Yeah.
NFC Championship against the Packers. I think that was a snow game, maybe. Raheem Mostert went insane. 220 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, I remember that.
Jimmy G threw 8 passes for 77 yards.
There you go.
Debo led it with 46 yards receiving.
That's what I'm saying.
Championship, Jimmy G, 219 yards, 2 picks, 1 touchdown. Mostert, 58 yards, 1 touchdown. Leading receiver, Debo, 39 yards.
You give Shanahan Minnesota's team, he's probably doing the same thing with them.
Same exact thing.
Yeah.
Give him that offensive line.
Yeah. You give him JJ and Thielen at receiver.
And Dalvin
And
Cook
Dalvin
over
Cook
all
at
those
running back?
guys. Which Shanahan has the reputation to make other guys like journeyman running backs look really good.
Yeah.
Like Raheem Mostert came
Mostert and
out of nowhere,
Tevin Coleman, yeah. I
And
mean,
Coleman, which he was a higher guy coming out of college when he went to Atlanta, right?
Which-
is that where he started at?
The 49ers.
Oh, no, he started in New York.
D-line, though, is
Did he
where
start
a lot
in
of
New York?
theirs is at.
So, I don't know, but I do know they're better than the Lions.
no, he's
and
a
they're better
Falcon.
than
He's
the
never
Bears.
played for New York. Oh, the Jets?
Yeah.
He's there now.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, that's I don't know. Cousins
I think
and
they're
Jimmy
right
G,
there on the
that's-
borderline of 500, 9, 8
Who,
wins.
the Vikings? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be around that. The lowest they go is like 6, maybe 7.
I think they're an 8-win team.
They have too much talent.
The most
to be
they go
below
is
5.
9.
Yeah, I think they're 8-win team.
I don't think they get double digits.
No.
If they do, it'd be a big surprise.
Ceiling's 9.
I think if you're them or if I'm them, you
got to figure out how to blow this thing up.
You send Cousins out of there.
And get rid of Thielen. Keep
Send
JJ.
Cousins. Where do you send him?
Who?
Talking about Thielen?
Cousins.
Or Cousins?
I don't know if anybody take
Seattle.
No, they're rebuilding.
Yeah.
They're in the same
They don't have a
spot.
roster.
See, is there a team?
Cousins might go home.
I mean, a team. he might be the Colts guy.
He might
next
be
year.
our guy.
Colts. That is very true.
After Ryan does his one and done, like they always do.
He feels like a Colt quarterback, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he's gonna be.
He's
probably.
white and
That's
doesn't have a good arm.
Yeah, sure.
When he was at Washington before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Go back.
You like that? Yeah.
He might go back.
Yeah.
So what are some?
I don't see him being a Viking next year.
I can see Ron Rivera liking him.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
I don't see him being a Viking next year at all.
Hey, he might be a New Orleans Saint. If Winston has this is his
Oh,
1 year tryout.
They signed Zadarius Smith. I didn't
If
see
this
that.
is 1 year tryout, then we need to play freaking Ian Book and let's try to get
I don't
top
want
10 pick.
If he's a Saint,
That's what needs to happen. If
I don't want to be a Saint
Winston
either. I'm
work
just
out.
saying.
Zadarius Smith, 3 years, $42 million. That's a big. It's a big contract.
Did he
Jordan
get hurt
Hicks
last
is solid
year?
too.
I want
forget.
to say he got banged
They had
up.
both the Smiths, Zadarius and Preston. I
Yeah.
forget which one's which.
One of them got banged up, if not both.
Did they lose anybody big?
DeMonte, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Green Bay already.
Everson Griffin left for like a mental home probably. Anthony Barr. Anthony Barr's gone. Xavier Woods,
Mackenzie
Tech legend.
Alexander. Tyler Conklin had
Sheldon
some
Richardson's still solid. They didn't
Sheldon
really lose
Richardson
somebody.
unemployed.
Yeah, he needs to be picked up. He can be a Saint. We need another D tackle.
Everson Griffin's in the nut house, surely.
All right, so the division
Saints don't get
favorites,
last year.
I
There was a lot of
guess.
talk from that last year.
I think I remember that.
So Aaron
Packers,
Rodgers.
13 wins.
Aaron Rodgers signed a stupid contract for the Packers.
After not wanting
A lot
to
of
be a
money.
Packer, everybody
Yeah.
thought, he decides to re-up for $150 million over 3 years, which would, I guess, that'd be an average value of $50 million a year, huh?
Yeah.
My math
Patrick
serves me
Mahomes.
Correct. That is freaking insane.
The bigger story is the loss of Devontae Adams.
As it should
Best
be.
receiver in the NFL, gone. They also lost Marquez Valdez-Scantling, who I thought we talked about him recently. I don't know why, but we haven't done the Chiefs yet.
We might just
We were talking about Mahomes'
quarterback.
weapons.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
Equinemius St. Brown went in division to the Bears. Dennis Kelly, I believe that's a guy that Rodgers was a big fan of. I think he had friendships with him in the locker room. O-tackle. Zadarius Smith also went in division, went to the Vikings.
I didn't realize how much offensive line they lost.
Packers did a good job at pissing off.
Billy
the
Turner was a solid O-lineman for them. Did they bring in any O-linemen? No, not a single one.
They didn't draft one.
But they brought back Alan Lazard. Woohoo! They brought in Sammy
They got
Watkins.
a offensive lineman in the third and the fourth round.
They got Tanyan back.
Hey,
He
they
sucks.
got 2 wide receivers.
Who?
They drafted.
They did?
Drafted Christian Watson, who people say has
yeah.
they drafted 3 wide receivers.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
People really liked Watson coming out of college.
Yeah, North Dakota State guy.
I feel like they drafted him because they felt the pressure of the
Yeah, he got
broadcast
pissed
team
after
on
that
the
first
draft.
day. Yeah.
Every single year. And I didn't know they picked up Sammy Watkins, who I thought wanted to retire 3 years ago after he won the Super Bowl.
Nah, he
Wow,
keeps
people keep
getting a
paying
couple
him.
million.
What are we doing here? Like,
Devondre Campbell had a huge year last year for him, kind of a resurgence, 5-year, $50 million
another big
deal.
thing was they re-signed Jair Alexander, who became a top-tier corner this past couple years.
Probably top 3 in the
What his
league.
percentages?
He's really good.
Go look him up. It's
I'd
pro.
like to.
So Preston
play- they
Smith
don't
they
play
kept,
nobody,
so
though.
that must have been the
Maybe
good
the same
Smith.
people could have played.
Yeah, that's right.
Razul Douglas, that's a solid pickup at corner.
Jerron Reed.
Yeah. So, I mean, they made some moves. Who did they lose?
They didn't have to do a whole lot to still be competitive and be a top.
Yeah. I mean, their big thing is who the crap is Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball to, but sometimes it doesn't even matter. So,
All right, Clay.
what is
So
it?
you tell me
2021.
You tell me that Akuda has stud receivers in his division, right?
All right, this is all in over 4 games. Go back to the 15-game season in 2020, which was the same year that what's-his-face had.
Akuda's in there. So Alexander, completing percentage against him, 51.3%.
Yeah, he's a stud.
The year before that, 53.6%. His rookie year,
What year was this?
2018.
2020, 2019. Now we're at
Long time ago.
2018.
Long time ago.
Okay. 64.8%.
Long time ago.
I'm telling you,
2018.
77%. He's going to have a heck
What,
of a year.
what was it,
okay.
64?
64.8.
I mean, what's the 2018 NFC North even looking like? Are they even good?
Holy cow, look at
They had
this.
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
And, Adam Thielen.
That was Thielen and Diggs.
So you had Diggs, who was basically Justin Jefferson. They're the
In
same guy.
Minnesota, he wasn't. He wasn't.
Oh,
that
my
yet.
God.
he was pretty dang good.
And
Yeah.
Thielen
They had 2 top 15 wide receivers for fantasy
Diggs,
football.
Diggs wasn't that yet in Minnesota.
man.
Thielen was.
Hey,
Thielen was.
Thielen was.
this
They
is
both
also
were, I believe.
also
And
when,
had Kyle Rudolph.
and he was facing Stafford at
He was getting
Detroit.
there.
I mean, he's not like you. I mean, he had a
With Golden Tate, who was still good at that time.
yeah. I'm just
Golden Tate probably wasn't on that team.
He was better than any wide receiver
probably
Detroit
wasn't
had
on
this
that
last
team.
year. You don't think in 2018?
Alexander in
Where was he?
Hey, Alexander in 2020 gave up 375 yards. That's it.
Over 15 total games.
That's impressive.
Golden Tate was in Philly for half that year.
2018?
Mm-hmm.
When the heck did he go to? Why did he go to Philly?
Probably they're making a playoff
No,
run.
Golden
probably.
Tate's when the Giants. He went from there from the Giants to Philly. And
Philly to the Giants.
Philly to the Giants.
Left the Lions to Philly to the Giants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyways,
But proves our point that
Okudah has to do something this year.
if he don't get down in the below state, he got
his first 9 games of his rookie year were tough. Every player in the NFL's is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not every.
Well, that's a full season, huh?
His rookie year, he played 13 games.
Okay, so I mean, he could have helped out his stats in that
Well,
back half.
He had 91 targets.
He gave up.
Okudah had.
Matter of fact, it was his. He gave up more yards.
91 targets.
Percentage
Okudah had
went down a lot,
53 targets. Alexander gave up 59 completions. Okudah had already gave up 41 completions. So he only had to give up 18 more over the final 8 games, which was going to happen to surpass him in completions given up. So,
yeah, I mean, rookie had a tough go at it his first couple games in the big leagues playing against elite receivers. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's pretty crazy.
Number 3 overall pick
I don't
out of
happen
a
often.
top-tier D1 university in Ohio State. You expect him to walk in and dominate.
I mean, Burrow should have dominated immediately, too, huh?
He should have. He was number 1 pick.
He got hurt.
Oh, wait, who else got hurt? Jeff Okudah?
Oh, my God.
How many weeks in? Probably about 9, the same as Burrow?
Burrow got hurt in week.
Can you admit that he's underwhelmed? He's been a number 3 pick.
I mean, he's underwhelmed because of injuries, yeah.
Good God.
I don't think Okudah. When Okudah got drafted, I watched Ohio State. I remember watching Ohio State, and he didn't jump on the TV screen to me.
Burrow played 10 games.
He played more than Okudah.
So he played 1 more than Okudah, which I don't know why we're even comparing them.
I'm talking about a rookie. 13 touchdowns, 5 picks.
It's a quarterback.
Yeah.
Who has to have people around him and scheme. And you can't say the same thing about a corner.
Well, I was going to say, because Burrow, I bet they would complete 100% of the passes against Burrow.
Without a doubt.
Hey, no doubt.
Yeah. Oh no, I want to see the guy get reps in the NFL before I judge him, or say that he was underwhelming.
Well, with the hype that people gave him coming out of college, I'm sorry that I thought this way.
First week, he also injured his hamstring of his career, so.
Let's move on because Clay's just not going to listen to anybody.
Hamstring injury during training camp, missed the opening game of the season because
2018, the Packers were the 3rd worst team in their division. They were 6-9.
Okay,
so it's not like he was playing for a legit team either. So you lost that argument yet again.
Is that the year Rodgers got hurt?
13 wins probably.
Nah, too many.
12, something like that.
Packers.
9 to
11.
9 to 11.
I say 11 to see.
I don't think they touched 12.
They're gonna miss.
They're gonna miss Devontae Adams.
This might be a division you win with 9 games.
I don't think they have. I think they'll win double figure. I don't think they have to win more than 10 to win the division, though.
Yeah,
I think they'll win 10. I think they'll go 10-7.
Yeah, I think the division will be the worst.
It wouldn't shock me if someone's 8 wins or 9 wins and wins this division at all. So I mean, that honestly could be where the Vikings take their step in. They've got a better team than the Packers.
They have better weapons for sure.
Honestly, the Packers' best thing is their defense, and then I guess the quarterback. But he doesn't perform whenever the ball gets a little cold in January. So
sorry, I gotta go back to the cornerback talk one more time because I went to last year's draft.
I've done just
to make sure because I thought Patrick Surtain was a top 10 draft pick. He was 11 actually.
Who?
Patrick Surtain.
Okay, yeah, he was
in
fantastic.
Denver.
Yeah,
against a lot of weapons over there. In 15 games played. Oh, I'm sorry, 16 games played.
Ooh, son.
51% completion.
Oh, he was fantastic. Yeah,
gave up only 545 yards. So, sorry, I just had to throw that out there. Okudah.
Chance and Peyton win that argument by a landslide. So let's move on.
Move on.
Guy with a hampered hamstring.
Oh my God! He ain't gonna give up.
No, he's not.
Let's talk about our dirty.
I ain't giving up on James Wiseman. I ain't giving up on Jeff Okudah.
So Packers 10-7, win the division.
They're gonna hit double digits.
I'll give them 9.
Rodgers is gonna get them 10, I think.
I
You gotta think they're getting.
We also might see a
five automatically 5 to 6 wins in their division.
We might see a different type of offense out of them.
They're going to beat Detroit both times.
They're going to sweep Detroit.
Could Detroit take them down once?
They're going to beat Chicago.
Well, Okudah might lock up Alan Lazard or something.
Alan Lazard, yeah.
If he can't lock up any of those receivers and Green Bay's got, I mean,
Robinson's gone. Adams is gone.
Randall Cobb. Maybe that's who he'll get on. Randall Cobb.
Clamp
yeah, that's right.
Cobb.
Aaron Rodgers' boy there.
I think Lazard kind of lit the Saints up last year.
Probably. He did on Sunday Night Football, I think it was.
That was.
God forbid there's a rookie
not
out
last
there.
year. It was the year before. It's the year before because Breeze was still playing. And they had him and Aaron playing each other on Sunday Night
If we'd have won that game, we would have been.
Give me the Vikings in the division.
Number 1 seed.
Really?
Yeah.
Vikings.
9 wins. Packers.
9?
Packers at like 8.
I can't go against Rodgers. I still got to pick the Packers.
They should run the ball, and they refuse to.
That's what I was about to say. They might change their offense.
I think they might.
They just paid a guy $50 million to throw the ball.
He's starting.
They might lean on the run a little bit more.
They leaned on to some last year.
They never run the ball as much as they should with Aaron Jones.
I feel like every year though I say Green Bay doesn't, and then you look up and they got 11 wins.
Yeah,
like it's just.
When Tom Brady was in New England, it didn't matter who he's throwing the ball to.
Not a lot of names out there.
Well, but it has. You didn't have that argument because he had the best receiver in the NFL on this team.
Yeah.
And you saw the numbers he'd freaking put up whenever it came playoff time. Like Adams puts up insane numbers, and I think it's gonna be a big.
It's gonna be interesting to say the least.
So give me the talent. Give me Jefferson, Thielen, Cook, Madison. Give me them over Alan Lazard and Sammy Watkins.
Yeah,
and
I
AJ
think they're
Dillon.
definitely in the conversation
because they want to give AJ Dillon the ball more than Aaron Jones, and I don't understand that.
Which is weird, very very weird.
They pay a running back a little bit, and they refuse to use him as a full running back. Yeah. So I don't know. Who knows?
Speaking of UTEP, huh?
Yeah, Aaron Jones. He's one of my favorite running backs in the league. I wish he'd get used like he's a freaking
he's
star.
a top 10 running back because he is.
Yeah. I get him in fantasy every year. I never understand it. All right, so let's go to our Dirty 5 of NFL D-Linemen. And we were gonna do it as only in the NFL right now. Bill shows up with a list of Ed Too Tall Jones and Deacon Jones. And,
some dude that got arrested not arrested. He died from a brain tumor from taking HGH.
Yeah.
So
okay.
He can't dispute
so
it.
we're gonna go with a Dirty 5 of just NFL D-Linemen all time.
And kind of how I'm looking at this is I'm gonna do a Dirty 5 of the linemen that I've watched play like in my lifetime. So whenever I don't have Reggie White and Mean Joe Green on my list, don't be alarmed, people.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we asked Kelton. He participated in the Dirty 5. We're going to try to do that with all of our guests.
Yeah, you've already heard his top 5.
Yeah. So he went Aaron Donald, J.J. Watt, Kenny Clark, Fletcher Cox, Vince Wilfork. I mean, they're all of them play today except for Vince Wilfork, who retired a couple years.
So that was his top 5, 1 through 5.
Was my favorite pick.
Yes, we loved that.
Yeah, Vince Wilfork's a legend for sure.
So whenever I make my picks right here, don't be too alarmed.
So you want to start off?
I want to start off because I'm not going to give enough stats and stuff like that to back it up. But starting at number 5, I have Calais Campbell.
Whoa! Oh, I thought you meant 1. Okay, I was about to say.
No, number 5. No, number 5, Calais Campbell. We talked about Saxonville earlier. He was a key contributor to that team. And how old is he now?
Probably 33, 34.
He's getting in his 30s now, which is old for a D lineman, especially the type of D lineman he is, with how much comes from his pure natural talent and pure strength. And he's like 6'8", I want to say,
300 pounds.
So
large fella.
He's a large fella to be playing D tackle.
He's not a fella.
He's not a fella. But number 5, I think he's got to be in top 5 for the past 2 decades, probably.
Made the NFL 2010s All-Decade team.
There you go. And so did Cam Jordan, who's not going to make my list. He was right on the edge. But number 4, I'm taking Ndamukong Suh. We're talking about game wreckers. He don't probably have as much stats as some of the other guys.
Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit. There you go.
I always forget about that, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's when he
I don't
was
know
like
why.
stepping on people.
Yeah.
That's whenever he was like the bully of the NFL.
Did he go somewhere before Tampa?
Miami.
Yeah.
He was Miami.
God, I forgot about Detroit.
Yeah, he's about to be a Raider soon, too. But Ndamukong Suh, he speaks for himself. The son of a gun in college was a Heisman finalist as a defensive tackle.
Dirtiest player I've ever seen.
Absolutely. He was filled
Coming from an Astros fan.
Coming from an Astros fan, that's correct.
But when he was in college in Nebraska, a defensive tackle brought me to the TV. Like, I wanted to watch his games, man.
For sure.
He was just an animal.
It was electric. And he took that to the NFL, honestly, too. He put up a lot of good numbers still, I'm pretty sure. I'm just going off the top of my head and off my heart. And I definitely think he's worthy of the list for me because, yet again, I'm going off of guys I have watched, people, so don't freak out. And before we talk anymore, Myles Garrett, I'm not counting him really because he's in that edge rusher debate. We're going to talk about him later. I thought we were doing a whole different draft with him.
I mean, he's a DN.
Well, I mean,
I thought we were doing an edge rusher.
Calais Campbell.
He's a DN.
He's a DN. Myles Garrett's a DN.
But they're two different types of DNs.
No, they're hands on the ground.
I bet you Myles Garrett stands up a lot too, though.
No.
I watch him play a lot.
No, I know he doesn't.
I thought we were going to have an edge rushing draft.
I think he'd be off to be
guys that get to the quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, I think
that's a J.
That can be a draft. I mean, Myles Garrett's an edge rusher.
Yeah,
but I think he's also a defensive lineman.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that.
Then. So are you wanting to include Myles Garrett in this list?
I kind of want to. Then yeah.
Take down Calais Campbell and move that around, or
I think he requested.
Are you gonna slide him in here?
I'm gonna slide him in here then, because I kind of put this guy here because he's the same type of deal. Michael Strahan.
Okay, so you're gonna
put
put
both
Myles
big-time
Garrett.
sack guys. I think Myles Garrett's better than Michael Strahan.
Okay.
And they both get sacks, and they're both DNs. I thought we were gonna take like the modern day sack artist, which is what like he is. I thought we were taking like that type of draft later.
He's a defensive lineman.
He's hands on the ground. That's right.
Okay, so I misinterpreted the rules. My bad, people.
He's a Cam Jordan.
Michael Strahan should be mentioned though yet again.
Him and Cam are the same style, position.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what y'all saying there.
Yeah, I mean, there's some DNs that like the 3-4 DNs. Those are more guys you would say are defensive linemen.
Yeah.
But now with the new term edge rusher, you have the guys that if they get double-digit sacks, you want to call them an edge rusher.
Yeah, that's what I got confused with.
Like Nick Bosa from San Francisco.
Yeah.
You would say he's an edge rusher because I guess his main job is to attack the quarterback, but crap, he's a defensive lineman.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
okay.
But then there's guys like T.J. Watt, Khalil Mack, Von Miller. Those are guys that play outside linebackers.
Yes.
And they are literally edge rushers because they're in that 3-4
DeMarcus
Barkevius Mingo, Sam Montgomery type stuff.
See, why we gotta start having these different titles for people and crap, man? It gets confusing.
People have been begging for years for Madden to include an edge position on the depth chart.
It's confusing,
and I think they should because they kind of have recent like the rush left hand and stuff.
Yeah. So
changes. I mean, positions
give me Myles Garrett there then, because
over Strahan.
Yeah, he's better than Calais Campbell and Ndamukong Suh, and I just put Strahan on there honestly because he's a big name from way back when.
Way back.
Way back when. He ain't played in like 15 years, so
whoa,
it's probably been about 15. When was that first Super Bowl that they beat the Patriots? It was in the single digits.
Yeah.
All right, so 14 years. I was close. It's 2022. Look it up.
He retired
He retired that year. He retired at the podium.
I think he did. Yeah.
I know he did. Look it up.
It was that long.
Yeah, we're old.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember watching him much.
We're getting old. Yeah.
Yeah, he retired in 07.
Thank you. 15 years.
Because
everybody apologize to Chance.
He started in 93.
Yes, he's old.
Holy crap! I didn't realize that.
I didn't either.
He's 50.
Yeah. Wasn't Jason Paul Pierce on that team?
Jason Pierre-Paul?
Pierre-Paul.
Yeah, he was a rookie.
You say Paul Pierce?
Yeah, I did. I think I did.
And I don't think he was on that team.
I don't think so.
Was he on the next team?
Justin Tuck was the guy. He had the weird face.
Tuck
Pugh?
Pierre-Paul was on.
He was on that
Paul was on one of those.
I think he was on that second
on the
team.
second
He was on the
one,
11 team.
Okay, because he hasn't been in the league that long.
I think Tuck was still on 07 and 11.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
And then who's the other one? Was it Pugh? Was the D tackle?
They had a big fella in the middle. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And I couldn't remember because I was trying to figure out who the second person was, but that's who it is. It was Tuck. But anyways, let's move on. Number 2, I got J.J. Watt. I think he was absolutely undeniably unstoppable.
Absolutely.
3-time Defensive Player of the Year, right?
Yeah, he was freaking unstoppable, man. And maybe this year he'll get back healthy, but I doubt it. I think he's probably not done, man.
That'll be our next division we'll be talking about. The NFC West.
Yeah. And then number 1, who I think is probably the best defensive lineman of all time, even over Reggie White, Joe Green, and all those people, Aaron Donald. I think it's undeniable how great Aaron Donald truly is.
How many times you say?
Do we
J.J.
really
Watt
know
Defensive
that
Player of
yet?
the Year?
Clay said 3.
Okay, make sure.
I think it's 3, yeah.
It is 3.
Who Aaron Donald now has 3 as well.
Bill's really
How old was Aaron Donald? 29?
maybe 30 now.
I don't even, he's young too, man. If he wanted to keep playing, which I don't think he wants to, if he wanted to keep playing, he could be insane, man, at the final end of his career.
Oh, absolutely.
His final stats. So yeah, that's my top 5.
Okay, I found the.
So just
the
think of
roster.
how much better he'd be if he wasn't getting paid so much.
And if he gains
Play for the love of the game.
all his muscle.
You know, he's not making $50 million a year. Then he'll play a few more years. He'll get some more stats. I mean, he's only been to what 7, 8 Pro Bowls.
Yeah, only 7, and
I mean,
only a
that really
7-time first team All
puts
Pro.
him way down on my list.
Okay, so
I love you, Uncle Bill.
The 07 Giants, they had Michael Strahan, Justin Tuck, OCU Minora. It's another one.
That's the other one. That's the D tackle.
Yes.
Now there's not another. I thought there's a Pew on that team. I'm about to look at the 2011 team. They had OCU Minora.
Real quick, an honorable mention that I also want to mention is Dwight Freeney.
Yes.
With the Colts, he was insane.
Yes.
I think back to watching Peyton Manning, like to talk about the last podcast. I
2011,
Dwight Freeney, like
Jason Pierre-Paul, Justin Tuck, OCU Minora. Oh, Linval Joseph was on that team. Really? Did not know that. And I guess he went to the Vikings to get his payday. Who the crap is Pew?
That was an offensive lineman, wasn't it?
I don't know where this guy's at.
I want to say it was an offensive.
He's not playing
lineman.
offensive line on here.
Maybe
Justin
on the
Pugh,
team.
right? Ain't that his name?
Look it up.
I'm not insane. This dude still plays.
What position does he
2013, offensive guard. Okay.
I am on fire tonight, guys.
He's a Cardinal? I don't know. I don't remember this. I could have sworn he's like a D tackle.
I'm chances just like 4 for 4 tonight.
Okay.
Okuda still has to do better this next year. Bill, go next.
I mean, he played well.
Talk about the old folks. Let's balance new than old.
Yeah, because I'm making my list as I go.
All right. So, I thought we were doing all-timers. So
yeah,
we are now.
We are.
So, most of my numbers are going to be – and don't get me wrong. I don't think the new timers are any better than these guys. So, so you may have to do some Googling and go back and check out who some of these guys are.
Yeah, I'm not going to know.
I know most of you aren't going to know these.
I'm ready to Google, Bill.
All right, I'm going to go in at number 5 with Deacon Jones.
I know him.
I've heard the
ordained,
name.
right?
Have you heard of him?
Wasn't he ordained? He's like an actual deacon?
He was the original Minister of Defense.
Yeah, the Minister of Defense. yeah.
So 8-time Pro Bowl, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, all NFL or the NFL 100 all-time team.
Who cares about that?
Hall of Fame, and
he's on the 70.
He went in the Hall of Fame in 1980. By the way, so.
Oh my God. Bill, you have a microphone in front of your face.
I thought I was in it. All right, so number 4, gonna go with Mean Joe Green.
Mean Joe Green.
All right, if you've never seen the old Coke commercial,
oh yeah,
I guess nobody's seen that.
Okay,
in the locker, in the tunnel.
Yeah.
Mean Joe Green drinks Coke.
Mean Joe Green's limping down the tunnel, and a kid said,
Green does Coke.
Hey, no. Little kid says, "Hey, Mean Joe, want my Coke?" And so he get Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Gives him the Coke.
Well, they had Coke in the Coca-Cola way back then, probably.
That's true.
And Mean Joe turns around, tosses the guy. He's here, kid, catch. Tosses him his jersey. So
yeah, I've seen that commercial. Just something about them Steelers and commercials and tunnels, right?
Well, let me
like
tell
Troy
you,
Polamalu with head and shoulders.
I was not a Steeler fan at all, but
they shoved him down our throats.
There's a guy named Mean Joe Green. You gotta like him, huh?
10-time Pro Bowler, 4-time Super Bowl champion with the Steelers.
Yeah.
2-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year. Hey, he was good. He was a heck of a player. All right, number 3. Gonna go with Bruce Smith.
Okay.
Familiar with that name?
Yeah, I've seen the 30 for 30.
11-time All-Pro, 11-time Pro Bowler, 3-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year, Hall of Famer in class 2009. He was dominant, especially those 4 years that the Bills
Four
went
Falls
to
of Buffalo.
The Four Falls of Buffalo, yeah.
Poor Bills.
God, we got to do that
was
30
a
for 30 draft.
beast. Yeah. He was a beast. And he was inducted in the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2009. Of course, the first player from Buffalo that was inducted to the Hall of Fame was O.J. Simpson.
Oh.
That's what we have to put back here. We're going to get a whiteboard. It's going to be kind of like that.
Perfect.
How many days
OJ's, that's right.
How many days since a work-related incident? We're going to have
Like The Office?
How many podcasts in a row has Bill mentioned OJ?
That's 5.
That's 5 in a row.
5 in a row.
I'm going to get a board. I'm being dead serious.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to be out the next couple of episodes.
We'll do it for you.
It's only when you're on. That's what
Yeah.
it counts
Okay.
when you're on.
If you let me
Well, we
know
can do it
when.
with you.
No, I'll dial in. I'll call in.
From
It's
Puerto
okay.
Rico.
Hey, yeah, wherever.
We're gonna get. I'm gonna find an orange, and we're gonna laminate it, and we're gonna write on there, OJ count. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
I got this.
Okay,
We're gonna do
okay.
this.
Sweet.
Let's do it.
All right.
Subject right now.
Now,
And then we need a baker.
all right, my number 2. For you Little House on the Prairie fans out there, going Merlin Olsen.
Oh, don't know that one. All right,
Merlin Olsen.
Is Ed Too Tall Jones not getting drafted?
He's not in my top 5.
Oh, man. I just wanted that name on the list. That's Ed Too Tall Jones? I mean,
Look, I put Deacon Jones. I didn't know how many
Yeah.
Joneses I could put on there.
you are the Jones guy.
So, and Merlin Olsen, 14-time Pro Bowler.
Oh, he
He
just
made
played a long
he made the
time.
Pro Bowl every year he was in the league, except his.
Well, there's
the year
like
he
7
retired.
teams in the league right then, huh?
No, granted, yeah, there weren't as many teams, so
What
there
years
weren't as
was
many
this?
players. He played for the Rams from 62 to 76.
Holy crap.
Oh.
I wasn't even thinking that long. Okay. 62?
14 times.
Did he play for the Super Bowl back then in 62?
Well, no, there wasn't one then. Hall of Fame class of 82.
He barely makes Clay's year count list.
Yeah, yeah. He's barely relevant.
And
He's
he's-
barely a real football player.
The marker board will be here Monday.
Is it
that
an
quick?
orange?
No, that's no such thing. I had to look it up. We're just getting a regular marker board. I'll figure something out.
We can draw an orange.
Yeah, or we could put like knives on it or something. I'm gonna have it decorated for
Okay.
you.
One more thing about Merlin Olsen. He was a member of the original, the Fearsome Foursome.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
That was the Rams back in the 60s.
There's some awesome nicknames for defensive
Fearsome
lines and
Foursome.
stuff. Like the purple people eaters.
Oh, yeah. All right. Now I'm at number 1.
Oh,
Reggie White.
gotta be.
The Minister of Defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pastor.
Wasn't he ordained? An ordained pastor?
Um,
I'm almost certain he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe he was. 9-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion.
But Merlin
Super
was a
Bowl
14-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah, but
Better competition.
He never won the Super Bowl. It wasn't one, but still. Yeah, Super Bowl. Randy. Hang on.
Let Bill flip
I'm
through his
sorry.
notes.
I read the stats for the wrong white guy.
White fella.
Well, it was Randy White and not Reggie.
Oh,
I read the stat on Reggie White.
You have too many whites.
Yeah. Well, I knew those didn't sound as impressive. Sorry about that. Yeah, Reggie White. Reggie White. 13-time Pro Bowler.
That's more like it. That's more
That
like
makes
it.
a lot more sense.
Makes the reason why he's number 1.
How did they vote for the Pro Bowl back then? Like by Dove
they
or something?
wrote
Or
it
did they send it into Pete Rozelle? They sent in the,
No, it was the Pony Express, Clay.
Look, he just went in 2006.
Pete Rozelle's
you
telegram
look
line was blowing up every Sunday.
Reggie White, most sacks in a Super Bowl, 3-time NFC Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year. To me, hands down, Aaron Donald be damned. Reggie White.
Aaron Donald can't hold none of these guys.
Reggie White could not. I mean, Reggie White was the best there ever was.
Okay.
No doubt about it.
You hear all the NFL guys and all the ex-players.
They say this is the best one since him, though. So.
Yeah, they do.
But
they say Reggie White was on another level.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Wish I could have seen that.
And I mean, he was on some kind of so-so Philadelphia teams.
I think they're about like drugs.
And he really came. When he was on the Packers, man, that's when he really lit it up.
You really got OJ back into this episode.
Of course.
We didn't even talk about the Bills.
Yeah, we did. Bruce Smith.
That's barely. We're talking about a human. We weren't even talking about his position, nor side of the ball. Division, knives, murder, jail, and he still found a way to get OJ into this podcast. I love it.
All right. Hey.
I love it.
And the streak continues.
Yeah.
Peyton, you do yours.
Look, Eric, I'm coming for you.
Mine's kind of a mixed list. Like, I went with mostly guys that I watched, but I also threw in there some that I didn't get to see, but I just knew I couldn't leave off the list.
Yeah. I'm having trouble making mine. I don't know what to do.
My number 5 is one that's not been mentioned yet. Is Julius Pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at him.
I mean, golly, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, 6-time All-Pro. To me, he was the first defensive end that I think of growing up. I mean, just a freak around that edge, man.
Drew Brees is probably still having nightmares.
Exactly, yeah. And just the longevity of his career too.
Yeah, because he left the Panthers and went to. Did he go to Green Bay or did he go to Chicago?
He went to Chicago.
He went to Chicago, and he was still relevant.
When he went to Chicago, they were still pretty decent too.
Yeah.
And then went to Green Bay. And did he go? He went back to Carolina to finish off.
He signed off a year, and then
that's right, played a year. Actually, I think I saw him play in New Orleans.
Shout out North Carolina, huh? Basketball player.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Number 4, we've already talked about him, J.J. Watt.
Yep.
I mean, didn't matter where in the defensive line you put him at.
At fullback or at tight
end. Did not matter, man. Just a ball player.
But I will say, I didn't mention this earlier, I forgot to. Whenever Hard Knocks did it on the Texans, I got too much J.J. Watt.
Did you watch? Yeah, I did. Oh yeah.
They force fed him.
Who's Hard Knocks this year?
Is
it the Lions? No,
I say it's the Panthers.
The Jaguars. No, I don't know.
It's not Cleveland.
It's
not Cleveland. No, they're probably not allowed to do that legally.
Be a playoff team.
No, they made it. It is a.
I thought you couldn't be a playoff team.
But
because they talked about
Detroit Lions.
Oh,
Detroit Lions.
That should be a good watch.
Dan Campbell, you gonna? That's who you gonna get.
We just
hyped
hyped them up this whole episode.
Yeah, but
you're gonna have a bunch of personalities, though, man. When you think about Hard Knocks, you think about names.
Jameson Williams he's a personality.
Dan Campbell will be one of promise.
Okuda's gonna be really grinding because he's got to get better for this upcoming
season. Got to get below the 77%.
They talk about that.
They'll show his injuries and everything that he's going through, hard times in life. He probably lost a family member in 2020.
Oh my God.
You never know what a person's going through.
Oh, so the in-season ones is the Cardinals?
Yeah, you see, I didn't watch that crap last year.
I did not watch that one.
I
didn't either.
I don't like that. I don't want that.
I don't want that at all.
And I really didn't want.
I have enough football content during the season to give me my hit, my drug or whatever. But I don't need nothing more. Yeah, it's like a drug. I totally made a heroin needle.
Apparently, it wasn't that great because all the shows I listened to, they never even mentioned things.
They had already been doing something like it through Prime, All or Nothing, I believe.
That's what it was. Sorry, Peyton.
But honestly,
The Rock is on the Late Show or whatever this is, and he's wearing Steph Curry's line of pajamas right now.
There he is, isn't he?
What are we doing here?
If we're being honest though, Cardinals in season Hard Knocks, that's probably one of the better teams you could go for because they're going to have some drama.
It's going to be
and D-Hop's going to come back 8 games in.
It's going to be lots of drama. Yeah.
It's going to be either really high or really low.
Especially because Collar's not going to have a contract.
We might see Kingsbury get fired.
When does that
That'd be
start?
awesome.
Is it like week 8?
Sometime in November.
Oh crap!
Kingsbury might already be
half
fired.
their team will be traded. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Shout out JJ Watt again.
Back to the
JJ Watt.
Number 3, I don't think he's been mentioned yet either. Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
I mean,
right before I could really grasp it.
Yeah.
Right before, I think he retired like in 01 or 02 or something like that.
He was on.
He might have hung around with like the Raiders.
I've got no idea. I've never watched him.
I
know him because D. Jackson
Gruden
has a song.
Super Bowl.
Warren Sapp.
When was it? Brad Johnson, John Gruden.
2000, I think.
Was it 2000?
I want to say.
No. I thought it was a little later than that. 02, 03 range.
He was
I thought.
in 07.
Yeah.
Warren Sapp retired in 07?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
He was with the Raiders.
I remember watching him. I remember watching with the Raiders
Super
too.
Bowl
Yeah.
was 2003.
Well, I mean, the first
he left the Buccaneers in 2003.
First Super Bowl I remember watching is the. I remember who the Steelers play in 05? Seattle.
Yeah,
Seattle.
Matt
Hasselbeck.
Sean
So I remember very very slightly that, but I
Alexander.
remember watching Peyton versus the Bears. Because I remember that kickoff. I was in my bedroom up at the old house up the road. I remember every bit. I remember everything about that. But so that was 06.
Yeah, when Warren Sapp was younger, he had the braids that would hang out from. He was a beast.
They say he was unstoppable.
Well, he was.
I learned a lot about him from watching the U documentaries, 30 for 30 yet again. You know, but still,
got to do that.
I mean, he's four-time All-Pro.
First team All-Pro.
Who's your number 5?
Second teams.
Yeah,
Julius
2
Peppers.
second teams. Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, Super Bowl champ.
Oh yeah, I mean he's probably top 3 D tackle.
Oh yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Because most of these guys we list are DNs, but he's a tackle. So.
Number 2, no, I didn't get to see him, but Reggie White. I mean, we enough said about him already.
I know number 1.
Number 1's Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he's. I know, Bill.
He's insane.
It's unreal what he does.
Joe Burrow's still having nightmares from 5 months ago.
Yeah. Yes, he is a little unguardable. And in other ones, when they're on, I'm watching for him. I'm looking for him every time the defense is on the field.
Yeah, when the red zone goes to the Rams game and like they're on defense, I'm like, okay, Aaron Donald, where you at? Bro?
Yeah, that's right.
And sometimes you don't even have to be watching for him; he just appears.
Yes,
you know where he's at.
He do.
He makes his presence known.
Absolutely.
So Clay, you ready for yours right here to round it off?
Honestly, I haven't even made my list. I'm about to do it as I go.
Before midnight.
Man, I know, right?
Number 5, Marcus Davenport.
Oh, Peyton Turner wasn't it? Oh,
Jeff Okuda, BPOY this year.
He might. You never know. Never doubt him. Hopefully his knee's coming back and everything. He's had some tough times.
Yeah.
You never know what a guy's going through.
He usually had some tough times his rookie year.
Yeah. 77% of them.
Y'all go try it.
So Davenport is 5. Is
yeah,
right?
Marcus Davenport, and then no, never. I don't know. It's tough.
It's almost like he should have already done this.
Well, there's too many guys.
Don't you hate these pop quizzes?
It's pop quizzes that we've had playing for hours and
my
hours.
top 5. No, my top 5 NFL one. I made that without even looking up anything. Like it was just off the top. So I don't know. I'll go Myles Garrett at 5. That's my guy. I'll mention him. I kind of don't agree with you having him at 3. That's pretty crazy.
Think it's too high?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
You don't think he's done enough?
No, because I mean, Calais Campbell and Ndamukong Suh, those are guys that are better than him, probably. But I don't know.
And none of them made my list.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Have you seen what he could do with the helmet in his hand, Clay?
Yeah, I mean, I love him. He's.
Bet you wouldn't say
Rudolph
nothing.
sure did.
Honestly, he's like one of my probably top 3 or top 5 defensive players in the NFL. Like to watch.
Absolutely.
I just love watching him.
Yeah, and he's got the Aaron Donald effect. Like,
yeah,
you find him very quickly,
and
which is a little bit less impressive because he's coming off the edge, just like what he's supposed to do. Donald's doing that some going through the middle, getting double teamed half the time, which is really impressive. So,
I'm done talking.
Yeah, Myles Garrett. He would have been my number 2 for the NFL. I had him behind Donald, and that was it.
Yeah.
4. Let's go Calais Campbell. Shout out to his Jacksonville team. I loved that team.
Saxonville.
Yeah, Saxonville. They carried me to the playoffs. I believe that's the championship I won. I think it's my only fantasy championship I've ever had in my 13 years playing or something like that. So.
Oh yeah, that's the one we had 2 weeks of the final.
Yeah, I think so. I hate that.
Yeah,
I hate it bad.
Let's see. Number 3. I don't know if I want to include any guys that I've never watched. I probably won't, just because I don't care.
Straight up.
No, really. Tell us how you feel.
Yeah. What did we do last? No, it's like my LSU draft. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care about Wyatt Tittle. Baker's better than him.
We know that.
Here we go.
Here we go again.
I mean, I know my 2 and 1. I don't know my 3. I kind of like the Julius Peppers idea. That kind of feels good.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Yeah, I'll go Julius Peppers.
He's got the accolades too.
He played basketball at North Carolina, so I have to do that. And then I'll go J.J. Watt at 2 and Aaron Donald at 1, of course. But they're no Reggie White or Ed Too Tall Jones.
Or Deacon Jones.
Right.
Yeah.
Or Charles Haley.
Or Buck Buchanan.
You may know Charles Haley is a
defensive coordinator. Yeah.
Good. He was like 5-time Super Bowl champion.
No, he's a defensive coordinator. I think did he coach the Browns a little bit? I think he did. He's a Steelers guy for a long time.
Is that a different person? Or are they the same guy?
I mean, Charles shortened his Chuck, right? Haley. Don't they do that sometimes?
He didn't look like a defensive lineman, though.
Oh, no. I mean, he was...
Like, this dude was small.
Was lean and...
It's Todd Haley.
Oh, okay.
Todd Haley.
Okay.
Look at that.
Wow.
Fool. I'm on fire.
Charles Haley was diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
Oh, yeah, definitely was not him.
Good job, Bill.
I wasn't picking on him. I was saying he was a heck of a defensive end.
Was it bad? Was it a bad?
He had to undergo therapy.
Oh,
and take medication.
You know who else took medication?
All of us.
OJ.
He said all of us. Charles Haley's from James Madison, though. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right. That was
Great pod.
Yeah, that was fun. I think the interview is going to be the highlight of this. I'm excited to put that out there.
I'm ready to see how the audio sounds through like the streaming service, honestly. So I'm excited for that.
I definitely think we need another mic for.
Yes, so me and Peyton don't have to share.
Yeah, because there's definitely points where it looks like y'all two are low, and that's not like y'all. So
that is true. Yeah.
But Bill looks like he's going to be all in.
Bill is hurt.
Yeah. Let's go, Bill.
Bill might be too loud. We might turn him down next time.
I'm going to go steal a mic stand from the church sometime this week.
Yeah.
We
put
can
that on record.
Yeah. Hey, and I wanted to
the cameras don't work. They're broken. So
I was just doing some quick reading on some of these defensive players.
Yeah.
And which we've always said, or we kind of have this impression that the players today.
Bill forgot to speak into the microphone again.
Okay.
The thing about these is,
hey, we can edit that out.
With
right?
this, you have to talk. You can talk here and it be heard. For these, you have to be looking.
Oh yeah.
We need to get those clips. But sorry.
So
here we go. Looks like a scene at a karaoke bar.
Story time with Bill here.
Okay, so the players now. Do we agree players now are bigger? I mean, bigger, faster, stronger.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless you're Aaron Donald.
So,
he's a little wuss.
Right, he ain't big.
He's about 280. Maybe.
But I was just one of the guys that's on my honorable mention is Buck Buchanan.
Oh.
Heard that name before?
It's on the screen. Yeah, everybody look at the screen.
Okay. Check this
Get
out.
Your laser pointer.
6'7", 270.
Okay, so he played
He's
in the
slim.
60s, early 60s. 6'7", 270. He's enormous compared to the other guys. Then.
Oh, not Ed Too Tall Jones.
Well, but
I love that name.
Ed was, he was on, late 70s.
You're
he was
right.
pretty
You
big.
don't think guys back in those days were that 6'7",
Wasn't
7 size.
Youngblood pretty big? How big was he?
Jack Youngblood?
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
I've used him on Madden.
Yeah, but here again, he didn't play in the
Really? I thought
early
he was
60s.
like old.
He's in the 70s. He was on the Rams teams in the 70s. I think he played in the 79 Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, 71 to 84. Oh, he was only 6'4", 245. Holy crap.
Yeah.
He's a linebacker.
So anyway, I just want to
85, so that was weird.
Who, Youngblood?
Youngblood, yeah. Or 85, yeah.
Well, Bo Buchanan was 86.
Let's see. They played an era where numbers don't even matter. They
So
didn't
anyway,
have
I just
restrictions.
want to throw that out there. I thought that was
Number was
interesting.
retired by the Rams, by the way.
Yeah, he's a guy that you can use on Madden to start your ultimate team.
You see where Bo Buchanan went to college at Grambling.
Grambling. Oh crap! I'm changing my pick.
Look at that.
First round pick in the AFL, 19th in the NFL draft. Holy crap!
That's the round. He was pick 1 in the AFL. He was pick 265. Was he Mr. Irrelevant?
Holy crap!
19th round.
Did they know? Like, did he have a commitment to the AFL?
They really liked him, undoubtedly. I'd have went to the AFL. Felt like I was wanted more.
What does that mean? Like, why? So did he go AFL? He had to have.
Yeah, he was
He was
first
with the
team
Chiefs.
All AFL, 2-time AFL champion.
So the Chiefs must have had a contract locked in with him before.
Well, that's why he didn't get drafted by the NFL.
That's why he
was
went
gonna go
19th
for it.
round?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
okay, that makes sense.
They just were getting his rights.
So
Just in case.
Who was the quarterback we talked about? Was it Elway?
Elway and
Marino.
Nope, the other one.
John
What
Kelly.
Elway? John Kelly. Or Joe Kelly.
Joe Kelly.
Jim
yeah.
Kelly.
Jim Kelly. Joe Kelly's that.
J. Word Kelly. Yeah.
Oh, Joe Kelly.
Joe Kelly. Yeah, poke your lips out.
Yeah.
Eddie Robinson, his coach at Grambling State, said he called him the finest lineman I have seen. There we go. Well, if Eddie G says it, then it's true.
Yeah, so let's end it on that, guys.
All right.
Thanks for listening yet
It's a
again.
lengthy one.
We hope you really enjoyed that interview. I think it went really, really well.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
So
More
hopefully I
on the
get
way.
some more clicks. So
More on the way.
yeah, be on the lookout for some more content, guys. And as always, subscribe and interact with us on Facebook. Signing off. Chop on.
Who dat?
Go Miners.
Go Tigers.
Deep inside my mind, all the thoughts you never find. No, I never feel inclined to put my heart out on the line. But the way you made me feel so cliche, but it's unreal. In a place of nirvana, a moment that's ideal.
I feel nirvana, bliss when I'm around you. Everything I do revolves around you. I don't know what I would do without you. 'Cause everything I do revolves around you.
Without you, it's a lonely place when you're not around. It's a lonely space. You put your lips on mine, and I love the taste. You tell me slow it down, 'cause it's not a race. Everything begins to change. The girl I knew before just ain't the same. So I don't wonder what we ever were thinking. How to spark from before to the till. I feel nirvana whenever you're close to me. I don't know what it is that you do to me. I can't stand that we're changing so drastically. This ain't how it's supposed to be. It should be just you and me.
I feel nirvana, bliss when I'm around you. Everything I do revolves around you. I don't know what I would do without you. 'Cause everything I do revolves around
supposed to be. It should be just you and me.